It is the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is, what is today? Wednesday, July 31st, 2024. We're coming to you live this morning. How is everybody doing? You remember, I used to have to go, we're coming to you live this morning from different locations and all that. That sucked.
Yeah.
Oh, that was terrible.
That was the best.
Well, it was great for us because we were here.
Yeah.
Carmen, that was the best.
I was at home.
Yeah, falling asleep.
My couch was very comfortable
Listen,
at the time. What do you want from me at 6 a.m?
Galvin and I used to talk about that all the time about, doing the show from home. Like, he's like, if you're running late or you're home, you could just turn that. And I go, no, that's the worst thing ever because not now. Like, now I love it. But I always thought I'd be sitting there in bed with headphones on going, what was it? Which is how I feel most mornings.
I just remember my computer stuff and my headset never worked from my house properly. So it was always like, Galvin, you there? And yeah. Or,
it wasn't fun. It was crazy, and we were in half a room because remember the wall was up.
Oh, yeah.
So half a room over here.
That's right.
It's crazy. Anyway, welcome to the program this morning. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Hell yeah.
Good.
I see Spanish got his Trump shirt on representing.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah. That is one of the greatest stories. I don't think you took advantage of how dumb the lady was.
Let's see the shirt first.
So it just says...
Yeah, your computer's in the way.
It says Tampa Strength.
Yeah. Right.
It's a Tampa Strength.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's got a big Tampa, and it's not like written in any particular font. It's not red, white, and blue.
Like cursive.
Yeah, it's not. But it's not even like I don't even know if Trump has a particular font that he uses. But I mean, it's just it says Tampa.
It's bold like that.
Yeah. It's just. And some lady, Spanish was wearing it, and some lady was like, "Oh, Trump," and started yelling at him and stuff because his shirt says Tampa.
Yeah.
And she can't read.
Yeah.
But you were so dumbfounded that you really didn't lay into her. I, to this day, would be following around and still saying, "It's Tampa, you idiot."
I didn't know what to say. I was like grabbing juice out of the juice thing, and she's like getting celery, and she's like, "Oh, really, Trump?" And I was like, it says Tampa? She's like, "Yeah, sure." It's like,
were you even confused at first what she was even talking about? Because
because all I heard was Trump, and when she just yelled Trump, so I turned around thinking like I was going to get a show.
You should have went, "Yeah, Trump."
If I saw a person wearing a Free Palestine shirt, I wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
Like if I was next to you and I went, I'd probably look at my head and go, really? But I wouldn't say anything. I would go, really, Free Palestine? Like if I saw a Kamala Harris shirt or anything, like nothing in me would ever make me say to somebody, "Oh, Kamala Harris." Like if I knew them, it might be a different story. But it's such a weird thing to do.
It's super weird, and it's not only rude, but it's like, well, I don't know what is going on in your life. I didn't do anything.
I think it's your fault because it's the same. You have some sort of magnetism about you. You have what the kids call the Riz.
Oh, man.
You have some sort of magnetism about you that makes, like, it's the way you get hot girls and the way people want to love you and talk to you. You have something. So I think that woman probably liked you and was disappointed that you had a Trump shirt on.
I can see that.
Even though it wasn't a Trump shirt, she didn't care about it. She more cared that you weren't wearing a Trump shirt.
You know what's really weird is a guy that used to bully me in high school hit me up a couple months ago because of what was going on.
Yeah.
And he said the same thing about when we were in high school. He was like, "I used to pick on you because I liked you and I wanted to be friends with you, but that's just how I."
Did you let him know he's gay?
What do you? So what was he saying? What do you mean? All this stuff that was going on when you were having bad times?
Just going through everything.
How does he find out about it?
Because he listens. I didn't know he listened. Yeah. He's one of my friends from back home that found out through Instagram, and he was listening.
I'm significantly older than you.
Yeah.
But when but this is the absolute truth. When people from high school contact me and they, hey, I go, no. I go, I didn't like you in high school. You were such a dick. Now, like, I remember John Peretti one time, I was standing there, I was having a fight with my girlfriend, and I was not in a good mood. She was mean to me. And we were getting ready to get out of lunch, and I had a pen in my back pocket, and John Peretti came up, and he, like, went to slide the pen out of my pocket. This is like playing around, And I turned around and threw him against the window, and I was mad, and I had to break up a fight. And it was a fight over nothing. And then for the rest of the time, my friends mocked me. They were like, "Hey, John Peretti asked Mike Calta what time it was, and he tried to beat him up." No, but I mean, like those guys that contact me now, I'm like, "No, you were that guy that bothered me the day that my girlfriend was brother." I'm still mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm still mad when I go to the reunion and people are like, "Hey," I go, "No."
Yeah.
Having gone to high school here, I get that sometimes where people I know that probably did not like me back then. Now they're, oh, hey, listen to the show. This is so great, man. And you get that sometimes.
That must be super cool.
Yeah.
Like when we were in Ireland, Jim Kerr from who I don't know what station he's on now. Jim Kerr was a big WPLJ in New York guy when I was a kid, and he Q104. I think he's on now. He's a legend in New York. He's been there 100 years. He put me on the air for 2 seconds in between a break that they were doing. He called me over, and I went over there, and he was like, "And I'm here with one of New York's own, blah, blah, blah." He's like, "Tell everybody you are." I'm like, "Oh, my name is Mike Calta. I do radio in Tampa now." And he's like, "All right, Mike, thank you." It was like one of the quick music breaks. And he was just doing it to be nice to me. Dude, my phone went crazy. All the people from high school were like, "I was listening to Jim Kerr. You were at Jim Kerr show." And so if I was, that would be a great feeling. Yeah, if I was big time in my hometown.
I see people I know that I was not friends with, and they act as if we like knew each other back then.
Oh, well,
like, yeah, hey man, remember? I'm like, no, dude, we never were friends.
No, can't do that.
Shout out Golf High School, Richie, class of '98.
I don't know why. I think maybe because I moved right after high school, so my last feelings are still the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm still mad at everything that I didn't have time to see these people again in my life and run into them at places and be like, "Oh, remember when we did this?" I just hate them automatically. I went to my reunion, and there's a girl that lives in Newport Richie, and she's like, I see her. We're friends on Facebook. I see her post all the time. She just gets her. We weren't really friends in high school, but we certainly knew each other. And we're at the reunion, and she's like, "So you also live in Tampa?" I go, "Yes, we're Facebook friends. You don't see my stuff?" And she goes, And what do you do? I'm like, "I'm on billboards that you pass every day." Like she's real super, like not super religious, but she's like one of those people who's probably listening to the Mom Channel and all that. But I'm like, what do I do in Tampa? You don't know?
Nate Bragazzi was just talking about that. He had a golf tournament in his hometown, and he said some people that he knew, like from high school, whatever. And the guy goes to him. He goes, "So the comedy thing," he goes, "You're still doing that?" He goes, "You're playing in a golf tournament that has my name on it." He goes, "Yeah, I'm still doing it." And he's like, "How's it going?" He goes, "It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. I'm doing stadiums, so
it's going pretty good."
There's a couple of people. I hosted Saturday Night Live.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a couple of people that have done that to me, and I don't know if they do it on purpose. One of them is, do you remember Pat Largo?
Oh yeah,
Pat Largo. Who used to work at 97X years and years ago. Nice guy, no problem with everything.
Did he become like a comic or something? He was doing stand-up comedy?
He tried to do that, yeah. Every once in a while I'd see him and he'd go, You still doing radio?" Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Even Brian Fink, who I love and started radio with, who works over at FLZ. I saw Brian Fink a couple years ago and he's like, "You still at the Bone?" I'm like, "Yeah, am I still at the top of the ratings every week, every day?" Yes, I'm still doing it. But
See, I understand if you didn't work in radio anymore and you're just kind of away from it,
right,
and like out of the area, that makes sense. But he's just being a dick.
Oh yeah,
you know what
like
I mean?
When,
he's being he's just being Mr. Cool Guy.
No, but can I tell you,
in
Fink's situation, I think Fink does a specific thing in his world and doesn't know, like he's not in it. He's not on the air trying to be number one in Tampa. He does like a syndicated dance show that does whatever. Like, I don't think I'm on his radar.
When we were at Radio Row, when the Super Bowl was here during COVID, there was literally, we're in this giant room at the convention center, and there's like 3 radio stations.
Yeah.
And I remember Krasnicki goes like, "Oh, is that you guys over there down there?"
Which is weird
From the
because
Bone?
Krasnicki and I are friends and have been for years.
He probably was just busting balls, but still, it was like, I'm like, there's 3 radio stations in here. Like, you
I don't like
know.
it.
Yeah.
It is weird. Like I get, when I see other radio people, like outside radio people, I get like a little excited. I'm like, "Oh, there's that guy and there's this guy." Like, I'm still just a fan of radio. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just saw a picture. There's this Tampa Bay broadcast history Facebook page, which I think Isaiah has something to do with.
Okay.
And I'm pretty close to getting banned from it because they put a picture of Gail Gallardo on there, and I just put a little vomit emoji, and then they put a thing that says, "Hey, we encourage everybody to just not say anything bad about each other." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, whatever." And then they just had one this morning that just made me want to vomit again. It was Skip Mahaffey and Braden Gunn, who I used to work with, and Braden was always okay until after he got fired. Then he became the radio stinks and radio's dead guy. You know,
did he get out of it because there's no money?
Yeah. He worked there because his dad was the general manager, and he worked there for years. And then when they changed ownership, that's funny. His dad was really the general manager at one point. Yeah, but then there was a new general manager, Tom Rivers, worked there for years, but like Braden, and Braden did a fine job, whatever. And then when they left and went over to the Clear Channel country station, or iHeart country station, and then failed miserably over there. And then when they were out of work, they were like, "Radio's dead, radio stinks." And I'm like, "Oh boy, I don't know. There still seems to be a lot of radio stations that are going on, doing pretty good."
Yeah.
So anyway, but Skip Mahaffey, I think I was thinking about it this morning. Probably the biggest ego I've ever worked with.
Wow.
Damn.
Well,
That says a lot.
Well, all right. Yeah.
That says a lot.
Yeah.
It's weird. I would say more biggest ego with less to have an ego
Like
about.
unwarranted.
Yeah, he really wore himself like he was a superstar.
It reminds me of Joe a lot.
Yeah, but Joe kind of has some swag to him.
Yeah,
you
thank
know?
you, Michael.
Skip didn't really have a swag. Sometimes you have to step out of it and realize, how did I get here? I got here because of the machine that put me here. You know what I mean? He was in that whole QIK machine, and he didn't realize that until after he left. But even then, his ego was, I don't know. I really worked with some douchebags over the years.
Me
Same.
too.
All right, man.
Okay. Wait, what? Oh yeah. Sorry. I can't say that.
You said the quiet part out loud, man.
I know. It's not fair. I've only had one job.
Who's the biggest douchebag in our building over time?
Oh.
That's still there.
I mean, if that's up to you, if it's somebody that's still there, or if it's somebody
No. Oh, they're not here. I would say
before we got there was a guy named Beretta who worked at the Bone, and I would say as far as everybody in that building was concerned, the most douchiest. Because I met him once or twice over the years, but every time I got there and they were like, "But don't be like Beretta and don't do it Beretta," and I go, "You guys hate this Beretta guy, don't you?" They're like, biggest ego, biggest douchebag, biggest ever.
See, I think when you say that, the first thing that comes to mind is Sporcle jeans.
Oh, the guy, the operations manager.
Yeah.
I don't even remember his name, or I'd say it.
But like he had that attitude about him, like I've been in radio for so long, I'm so great, and it's like, are you?
I never talked to that guy.
No,
I don't think I did.
Yeah.
I would just see him ripping heaters in his Jeep. And I was like, what is going on?
In his jeans? Gross. In his jeans?
He did have the tightest jeans in radio.
Yeah.
And very glittery.
White stitching.
I never talked to that guy either, really. Like,
No.
I mean, I'm sure I said hi and bye to him, but I never really.
I don't feel like he was there very long.
None of those guys were.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like he had an attitude like he changed radio. Like he walked around like he was so important in his Sporcle jeans.
You're all so lucky that I'm here.
Exactly. And you're like, so what do you do? And then you never saw him then you wouldn't see him for like a month.
And couldn't name anybody on the show either.
No,
Right.
different guy.
Yeah.
That's a different guy.
You can't even name who we're talking about.
I'm sure he couldn't name anybody on the show either, though.
That guy, no, but that's okay because he wasn't really our guy.
No.
You know what I mean? Even though he had the same job, his job was to work at the, what was that station? Hot. He was there to, I really do forget. He was there to work at Hot.
Yeah.
So he did, but the new guy, they were like, that guy tried so hard to, he's a guy who runs Beasley now. Watch him run that right into the ground.
And then there was the other guy that wanted to be a Broadway star.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Good luck with that. I would love to find out in the building now who they think is like douchebag.
Who's the guy? Yeah.
I would think it has to be me. Yeah.
That's the most douchiest thing
I'm like,
anyone
why
could say.
though? Because I think that because I'm not there, I show up. I'm wearing no sleeves. I know I never hold back about how I feel. I feel like there's probably a lot of people that are like, oh, that guy's a dick.
I don't think so. I
Yeah.
think if anyone thought that, they would also have the notion that you've earned that.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
I don't look. I'm
But
going to
if they
tell you
had
right
a video the
now.
whole time, they wouldn't know.
But I don't feel like, from my point of view, I don't feel like I act like that because I love those people, like the people that work at the radio station, like the Aurelias and the Sonias and the Melanies and all that. Like I'm constantly over there, like talking to those people and taking interest in them, and I'm friends with all our salespeople, you know. So I don't know. I think it'd probably be the people that don't know me, the salespeople that don't work at our station. You know what I mean? Those guys are like, that guy's a jerk. I don't know. I'd feel that way about me. Who knows? I'm trying to think of who my douchiest one is.
I know mine for sure.
But I can tell you also, it's dampered down a little bit since a certain person left, but that whole camaraderie and team and all that stuff, like there's a lot of people that are still in the building that are very much that, like, we're all a team,
Yeah.
and da-da-da,
Family.
where we're a little bit outside of the team,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm there for team meetings. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm not. I don't want to be in
The
your.
couple days that I went in and sat in with, I felt very. Anytime I go to the building, I feel very out of place. Like I don't.
You don't like the vibe.
I don't work here.
See, I don't feel that way. Like
Yeah,
I feel
do.
like I feel like I'm welcome there, and I feel like, like those people. Like I'm happy to see them, and they're happy to see me.
Yeah,
Most of them.
I don't recognize people in the hallways.
I
There are a lot of
recognize
salespeople.
most.
Yeah.
There's some new people that are there that, came there after we're here, so we're not there all the time. Whenever they you go, oh, okay, new people.
Yeah.
By the way, you were about to say who you thought was the douchiest.
Oh, Ray's bobblehead guy.
But he's not there anymore.
No,
Which one? was
Tom.
that? Oh, I thought you meant like because they make bobbleheads.
Remember he
now.
had the whole office of bobblehead. Yeah,
Tom, yeah.
the guy that won the 2 TVs.
Yeah.
He was just such a jerk to me for no reason at all.
I get it.
Because his boyfriend was running the place.
Just
Yeah.
a jerk to me and like unwarranted.
Yeah.
Was it?
The best was when he like was screaming at me on the phone for dropping a Kelly Clarkson song, and only to find out that he was actually looking at the next day's log, and I had actually dropped the right song. And oh, sorry, I just like tore your head off.
Dude, can I just tell you something? I went in there on the balls of my feet, man. I had nothing. My wife was pregnant, and I had just gotten fired from the last station to work for in
Yeah.
the market. So I had nothing. And everybody would tell me, that guy will yell at you. Bob Neal will hotline you. And I went like this. I go, listen to me. I will never be treated that way. I will never work here. I'll take that unborn baby and live on the streets before I let that happen. And that guy was nothing but overly nice to me.
Yeah.
And the other guy never hotlined me, also never said hello to me in the hallways. But none of that, I never saw any of that. Like, I couldn't understand it.
The only 2 people that have ever been complete just jerks to me in this building in the 16 years were Tom and Corey Dillon.
Oh, yeah, she's
Yeah.
no, but she's a product of him.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it was just completely I remember I was running, I just started working there. I was running the board and she was doing a remote and she's just talking down the line. She's like, hello, board up. Are you there? And I was like, whoa, lady. And she was just, and then I'm like, okay, maybe she's just having a bad day, whatever. I don't really care. I'm not going to let it bother me. I'll do what I'm supposed to do. And then one time I was working in the morning and I walked by her in the hall. I go, hey, good morning. How you doing? Nothing. Just walked on by. Yeah. And I was like, okay, that's it. That's when she got fired, when they flipped the point, I was so happy. I was celebrating.
So you want to know something funny is that Galvin and I would do the show back in the old studio, and when we were done, we'd walk down the hallway and go in her studio, and we'd look at how big it was, which is now
Yeah.
the Bone studio.
Huge.
And then we'd go in the Keith's office and go, well, there's one person in that room all day for 4 hours, and they're like in 10th place. Why do they get that giant studio? And we took that studio.
Yeah.
We literally just took the studio from them.
She was just mean and condescending for what I thought was no reason, because I was nothing but nice.
Oh,
trying
she
to just,
she didn't talk to us ever
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, nobody ever treated me like that.
But yeah, well, see, she looked at me just as like some,
Bored up.
nobody, bored up, part-time loser.
Yeah.
Hawk and Marty used to do afternoons at FLZ when I was first starting there when I was an intern. And Tom Steele, who Tim and Tom are arguably one of the biggest shows ever in the history of of Tampa radio. It just didn't last that long. Tom Steele worked at night, and he was the music director. And Tom and Hawk and a couple other guys, Bubba, what was his name? But the other Bubba, the one that you used to work with.
Oh, Dale.
Dale. They all Dale, Hawk, and Tom.
Dale's dead, by the way.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
And I can't decide if I knew that or not. I think I
He
might know that.
had kidney failure.
Well, it might have been all those years of drinking.
Maybe.
Do you remember Dale? Because you were around then.
I think so.
He was a
but-
big dude, had long hair.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was real creative. Dale, Hawk, and Tom all lived together over on a Zeal in this giant house. Like when I started radio, I'm like, radio guys are rich because they had this big ass house, but it was 3 dudes with full time salaries paying rent, and I'll never forget they had a party and they wrote a flyer and they put it up on the studio doors. Saturday night, 8:00, this address, we're having a party. And I thought, wouldn't that be awesome to go to the radio party? And the guy, there was Lanier. Remember Lanier, that band? They had like a one hit. They were there,
Yeah.
And I remember thinking it would be cool to go. And then it said, if you're invited, if you're reading this, you're invited. Anybody at the radio station. And I thought, that's the coolest thing.
Yeah.
That they're inviting. And that's why I always figure
They're inviting the nobodies, too.
but also why I'm like, when I meet board ops and promo guys, I'm like, yeah, we all work together.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I was there. I remember being that guy. So I don't know. I just those ego guys really, it gets crazy. I mean, you have to have a certain amount. A little bit.
Yeah, of course.
A little bit. Yeah.
16 years, 2 people. Everyone else has been pretty cool.
Yeah. That's really true. And I will tell you, Galvin, that there's a difference between when Keith was here and he tried that whole we're a big team thing because it was so phony, to where Jason's like, we're a team. And if Jason said, walk through this fire, I'd be like, let me take my shoes off.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even think twice. Isn't that just weird?
Yeah.
It's who's saying it.
Yeah.
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 But some people are motivational. Other people, you can tell they're like just there for the paycheck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's very obvious.
Like I feel like that about you on the show.
Oh.
The paycheck?
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, I am not here for the paycheck.
What were you putting together yesterday in your video?
What?
You know how they have like they say
Oh yeah, you did.
people can't watch movies anymore because their attention span has gotten really low from watching the. Mine is so low I couldn't even watch your whole video to see what you're putting together. I
Right,
just thumbed right through it.
And it was 45 seconds. So it's a Pilates bar. So it's like a resistant training thing. You use resistant bands so you can do different exercises. And a lot of them are like Pilates based. So I didn't feel like going to the gym yesterday. I was watching the women's gymnastics finals. So instead of going to the gym, I decided to do an at-home workout.
Oh.
And so, like I said, it's just resistance.
I do a lot of at-home workouts, too.
Oh, yeah.
Lies.
Carmen, I saw a girl is stealing your thing. She's set up the walking pad thing, whatever, and she's doing that.
Yeah.
You know what she's doing?
What?
Wearing a bikini.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she's
Tight.
She's
Yeah.
thick tight.
Oh,
she was thick tight.
perfect.
Yeah, I almost sent it to you, Carmen, and then I go, well, I'm not going to send this to her and be like, hey, look how good she looks.
But
Yeah.
Carmen,
Oh,
even
thank you.
I have not seen you in a bikini. I'm sure it's fine. I don't know what you look like, but I'm just saying, even if you didn't, it would be interesting to watch you walk in your bikini and then watch your body progress.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
You like the way I tried to get you to walk in a bikini without trying to sound like a creep?
I get it. You did. It's
I know.
fine.
Well,
I mean,
you could start doing it now, and then once you get to the point where you want to be, then put the video out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah, no. I can tell. Listen, I can tell you just by my videos the last couple of days, everyone's like, you need to weight train. You're not going to get any results by walking.
Every expert's going
Right.
to tell you.
And I'm like, I'm doing this on top of going to the gym. And then I did the resistant video, and someone was like, you need to get dumbbells and lift heavy. I was like, I go to the gym and lift heavy 4 days a week. This is an at-home alternative that's actually affordable because dumbbells are literally $1 a pound. So if you wanted 50 pound dumbbells,
Let me guess. $50?
for one.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. If you wanted 2 of them. So it's not, and then the ones that you can adjust, those are around $200. That
By
little
the way,
bar
Carmen, let me point out, not if the cashier is dumb, because I bought dumbbells and I went up there and the cashier was like, "Is that a set?" And I go, "Yeah." They charged me for one. I was
Idiot.
Like,
Hell yeah.
Right. But like that bar that I got for the resistant training, it was $30. And I can do a lot more than what I showed. Those were just the 4 workouts that I did yesterday because yesterday was supposed to be my leg day. But but of course, everybody on there, you're not going to see results with that. I'm like,
I know they're all experts.
exactly.
Are you
like,
going to do the trend that's going around right now where girls are walking around in their bras to show the different support of like a sports bra, regular
No.
bra,
I'd like that.
bikini?
I'd like to see that.
Wow, that's science.
Yeah, I wear sports bras. That's all I wear. I don't wear regular bras anymore. I haven't worn underwire in a long time. There was a time and place that I didn't even wear bras.
Oh,
Yeah.
Whoa.
Can I
And-
tell
Let's
you?
go to that time of
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, listen, I did. And then guess what? Our chat was, Carmen needs to put a bra on. She's disgusting and saggy. All she does is wear
I
t-shirts
never
and
said
no...
disgusting.
Yes, you did. But you know what I mean? Like, there's no winning as a female. So it's like, just do you.
I don't know
There's
why you-
no winning anyway.
Yeah, I don't know
who
why you
cares?
listen to anybody.
Yeah.
I don't. That's why I'm doing this. Like, that's why
You
I'm
have,
continuing to go.
you have to understand that I don't do it anymore, but when Twitter first started and all that stuff, I loved being a troll. There was so many things I would do just to get people fired up. Then that's why people do that. They just want the attention.
Right, and that's fine. And what's really keeping me going, like posting, is because I've had so many people ask me about my walking pad. I've had a lot of people order it because it's connected to my Amazon. So
I asked you about the
I've
walking
made,
pad, and you called me a fat ass.
Yes, you're welcome. I've made like $2 off of people ordering the same walking pad. But also, I've had a lot of people reach out. They're like, I'm going to do this with you. I'm going to get up every day and walk a half mile before work. And I've had like 10 people reach out and said, thank you for posting your videos.
You still doing it in the morning?
Yeah, I got up this morning and I walk a half mile, and then I get home and I walk another half mile. That's 3 miles. And then after the gym, I come home and I walk another
Your math isn't mathing.
That's one
a mile and a half plus a mile and a half.
Whoa, easy, Trump lady. You said you get up and you walk a half a mile, and then you come home and walk half
No,
a mile.
I wake up and I walk a
But that's
mile
what
and a
you
half.
said. Yeah,
I
you
know.
said half.
So I'm okay. I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong. I misspoke.
So now you're fat and stupid.
That half mile gets you fired up. Yeah.
She's done. She
That's
left.
it.
It's over.
See ya tomorrow.
I went to the gym yesterday.
So where'd we land on the bikini?
Holy. I went to the gym yesterday, and I like that there's nobody else there.
No, that's got to feel
It's
so good.
Yeah, that's great when
Yeah.
it happens.
Yeah. No, I go to a gym when nobody else is there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, me
My
too.
wife, listen to this. My wife is a tad bit of a complainer. I wish to God, this is one regret I have about this, is that she complains about the oddest things. And I wish that I used to write them down, because one day I wanted to give her back a list of things that she complained about. Like, she's the one that goes, you know that fat part on your earlobe, that part that hangs on the bottom? I go, yeah. And she goes, mine's killing me. I go, whose earlobe hurts? Like, she's one of those people. And then all weekend she's like, my ribs. I go, I don't know. Maybe stop working out 500 times. And I'm not even saying that to be cool. She goes to a gym in the morning, like a place where she has a trainer, right? Then she comes home and sits there and sweats and complains about how hard it was. And a half hour later, she's like, all right, I'm going to go ride my bike. I go, what does your boyfriend want from you? Why do you constantly have to do that? She's just that day. So we're sitting there, and she's like, my rib. And I go, Jesus. It got to the point where she goes, I'm sorry, am I complaining too much? I go, no, I don't know. Go to a doctor. You're saying it to me. I don't know what to do. Goes to the doctor, broke a rib.
Oh, wow.
Fractured a rib. And I go, stop working out so much.
Yeah.
And then went to the doctor, fractured a rib, came home, and went and rode the bike again. I go, if I had a doctor that said you might have a fractured rib, I go, I guess I should quit the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do either. You just have to deal with the pain.
Deal with the pain, ice it up, and let it go. That's the whole thing. I've broken ribs at live gigs before. I know what it's
yeah.
like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a painful thing, but
When I got drunk and rode my electric scooter, I was broken rib.
yeah. You have to watch too, because if you break it in half, you have to make sure it doesn't puncture your lung.
I think I had the separated cartilage.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Oof.
Yeah,
that hurts.
doing this job with a broken rib would be the most miserable thing ever because you'd laugh and it would hurt.
Oh,
and
yeah, it's worse for me because I got to look at you while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Sometimes being mean to Spanish makes me happy.
That's all right. That's what I'm here
I know.
for.
You take it well.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, we got a good show. It's Wednesday. Galvin is a brand new open letter. We'll do that in the 8 o'clock hour. We got stuff to give away. We'll take a quick break, tell you what that stuff is, and we'll play Sporcle next on 102.5 The Bone. All right, let's give it away right now. A little bit of Sporcle. Here we go. Carmen is the keeper of Sporcle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Carmen, what are we playing today?
All right, today we're going to be playing people with animal names. I'm going to give you a clue on a person, a famous person, and you're going to give me their name. One of their names is shared with an animal.
All right.
And because of this reason, I need the whole name.
Yeah.
First and last, no matter what.
Got it.
But the one of the names will have it'll be an
Frederick
animal name.
Giraffe.
Correct.
Okay.
But I need
By the way-
both of the names.
Mike's going for his third in a row.
I was just about to say,
Yeah.
Gio, activate.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
By the way, I was about to give an example, like you said, giraffe, whatever, and the example I was about to give might actually be one, so I stopped myself.
All
Yes,
right.
please don't
Smart.
take one of my things. All right, your first one. Youngest golfer to achieve a
Tiger Woods.
career.
Ooh,
Spanish.
I was trying to think of the animal part. I really was. I was like, wait, oh yeah, tiger.
The Lady of the Lamp. The Lady of the Lamp. Florence Nightingale. That was her nickname, I guess.
Yeah, she was a nurse and
lamp
she had the
lady.
lamp and would go and help people.
Florence is an animal?
Son of a bitch.
I got bit by a Florence one.
No. Your next one. Pro skateboarder.
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk is correct. Pap.
Galvin.
Galvin gets the point.
Gio said,
I agree with that, Joe.
The View. Okay, your next one. The View co-host and former Disney Channel star.
Raven Simone.
Mike Calta.
I was like, Joy Behar. What?
It's pronounced bear.
Former stage name of musician Yusuf Islam.
Cat Stevens.
Galvin. To Kill a Mockingbird lawyer.
Boo Radley.
No.
No,
it
damn
is,
it.
What is it?
Gary Gerbils.
I know it. I know it.
All right, well,
To-
can you tell me?
No.
To Kill a
I'll tell you
Mockingbird
afterwards.
lawyer.
I don't know.
Yes, I do know this.
Buzz.
Atticus Finch.
That was correct,
Yeah.
but no
I
point.
yelled Boo Rad. What's a Boo Radley?
Nah.
Maybe because I call my dog Boo sometimes. I don't know.
Your next one. Boston Celtics star.
Larry
from
Bird.
Galvin. Oh, I thought you had something to say. Racial discrimination laws were named for this.
Jim Crow.
Yeah.
Mike Calta. Title character of a 1950s American sitcom. I need the full name.
What year? What, 19 what?
Title character of a 1950s American sitcom.
I mean, that's pretty broad.
Theodore Beaver Cleaver. And Pap, we're halfway there.
Gio is not on the board. He has a total of 0
You
points.
scumbag.
Spanish has a single point. Mike doubling that at 2, and Galvin is your leader right now. He's winning with 3.
Okay.
All right, we are playing people with animal names. Your next one, famous Wild West cowboy and showman.
Buffalo Bill.
Mike Calta. Catholic saint.
Saint Falcon.
I need the full name.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, there's so many. It's
Name
that
one with an
shares
animal.
names with an animal.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Saint Bernard of Menthon.
Saint Bernard.
which isn't
Yeah, I know.
A dog.
Dog.
Yeah, you're right.
Saint Bernard.
That's an animal. Industrialist behind the pacemaker revolver.
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker, sorry.
Yeah.
You buzzed yourself.
Nope.
Oh.
industrialist behind the Peacemaker revolver? Samuel Colt.
I couldn't think of his goddamn first name. I'm like, I know it's Colt, but I couldn't think of his. God.
I've never heard the name Samuel ever.
Oh, yeah?
A Colt, yes,
Yeah.
but
I heard Colt 45.
Yeah, works every time.
Newspaper comic soldier.
Beetle Bailey.
Mike Calta. Former member, there's two I will accept for this. Former member of NSYNC.
Justin Timberlake.
Former member of NSYNC.
Samantha Fox.
I would have accepted Lance Bass
Oh.
or Joey Fatone.
What is
a
it?
fatone?
Oh, Joey.
Joey
Yeah.
is a kangaroo.
How do we not get Lance Bass?
Bass, yeah.
Not Justin Timberlake. I mean Timberwolf.
No.
No.
I was trying to think of who's not in the band. They're all in the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the question.
It said former.
You said former.
Yeah,
well,
you said
NSYNC is no longer together.
Oh.
So
I just saw
former.
touring.
Main protagonist of the Metal Gear video game.
Solid Snake.
What is it?
Solid Snake.
Solid Snake?
Yeah.
Designer of London's St. Paul's Cathedral. Designer of London's St. Paul's Cathedral.
Michael Karp.
Frank Panda.
Angelo Hamster.
Tony 30.
Sir Christopher Wren.
Oh, yeah.
Not sure what the animal is.
Ren.
I don't know what is a wren.
Ren and Snipper.
Oh, I love Ren and Stimpy.
Ren's a bird.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Your next one. Baseball Hall of Famer who
Catfish Hunter.
pitched. Yes.
Wow. That was some
Catfish.
psychic power in that one.
It's Galvin. Author of The Good Earth. Author of The Good Earth.
Tom Fox.
Jane Dove.
Lawrence Whaleface.
I don't know.
Pearl S. Buck. And Pep Pep. We're on the last three.
Gio still not on the board with 0. Spanish with 2. Galvin doubling that with 4 and tied with Michael.
Oh.
Oh, that was
All right.
an interesting
All tied
way to
up.
present
Yeah,
it.
everybody's tied.
We're all
Everybody's
tied up.
Everybody's
Gio,
tied
did
up.
you hear me activate you?
Yeah, I just
Let's
Joe.
go.
I don't think it
Joe
worked.
threw me off in the beginning when he didn't give me the
You
point.
can blame others for your.
yeah.
All right, here we go.
I
Here we
mean,
go.
that was
Here we go.
clearly
Come on.
Gio.
Everybody focus.
100%.
All right, last three. People with animal names. Here we go. War leader during the Battle of the Little Bighorn. War leader during the Battle of the Little Bighorn.
Chief Two Eagles.
Crazy Horse.
Much
trying to-
more common than
Yeah.
Two Eagles.
That's not his full name.
Last two. Host of CNN's The Situation Room.
Wolf Blitzer.
Wolf Blitzer.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I heard Wolf Blitzer.
Good.
I heard Wolf Blister over there.
Yep.
Galvin got it. And your last one. Former Republican Speaker of the House.
Newt Gingrich. Yeah.
Oh,
Galvin.
and Newt.
Yeah, Newt,
Newt.
yeah.
I'm like a Tip O'Neill.
Yeah.
By the way, the whole time, because I almost said it at the beginning, Billy Gibbons, ZZ Top. Gibbon.
What's
Monkey.
a gibbon?
It's a monkey. Yeah.
Oh, my.
Not on here.
No.
Oh.
No.
And then I was also thinking Red Fox.
Yeah.
Do you guys want the extra one?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it
Yes.
for fun. It's funsies.
Oh,
This is fun.
This is worth 20 points.
Yes.
Sally Stingray.
Actor who starred in Back to the Future.
What? What did you say?
You all got it.
Yeah. Good.
Everyone's tied.
Points for everybody.
20
Yeah.
points.
Final score, Joe?
Your final score: Gio still with 0, Spanish with 2, Michael with 4, and Galvin is your triumphant champion today. He won with 6.
Kachaya! Woo, 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 woo! Try back 20.
Pick a line, Galvin.
Streak Slayer! Line 4, please.
Line 4. Good morning. Who's this?
Steve. Stingray.
Stevie Stingrays?
Yeah.
All right, Galvin, pick another line.
Line 5.
That guy was there, too. He just wasn't paying attention. Good morning. Hello.
Hey, good morning. This is Adam.
Adam, you are the winner. If you wouldn't mind being patient, I'll put you on hold. Carmen will grab you during the break, and we'll hook you up with a prize.
Great, thanks.
All right, buddy. Thank you. All right, we must take a break. Galvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, boxing bro, cocaine caster, and less pot. And oh no, Billy Joe.
Oh. All right, Galvin, as your news. We'll take a quick break, and we'll do that next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
Country music is blowing up. It is crazy the amount of people. They're like, "Oh, can you get me to the Zach Bryan show?" And then I find out that he's doing it all like stadiums.
So I don't care when anybody asks me for tickets. I'm like, nope, can't get them. Except my daughter. My daughter was like, I want to go see Zach Bryan. I go, you do?
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, because she knows a couple of songs. And then I listened to it on. I listened to some of his songs. I'm like, well, this is one that your mother might want to take you to.
Yeah,
No way I'm going to that. I just don't. I'm just not a big country guy. I do enjoy some of it.
People love it.
But I believe it's what I like to call John Senning country. It's Jimmy Buffett country.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Zach Bryan's a little more singer-songwriter, kind of, laid back.
But John likes that hippie kind of music. Like he likes the jelly rolls and the dirty heads and that kind of thing. I know they're not country, but I'm just saying like that. It's not my genre. Mine involves whores, drugs,
And twang.
and fire.
Oh.
Yeah. I need to see fire. What did you say?
Twang.
No twang. No
No
twang with my
twang
horse.
for you?
I'm not twanging my sluts.
Sorry.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news. Twang.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's news is brought to you by Pelt's Shoes. It is back to school time, so maybe you need some new shoes for your kids, or maybe you need some new shoes for yourself. You're going back to school. Who knows? But stopping at Pelt's, they have the 3D foot scan in there, so you can get the perfect fit. And right now, tax-free is going on. It's happening for 2 weeks. It runs through August 11th, so you can save some money that way as well. Pelt's has 6 locations throughout Pinellas, Sarasota, and Fort Myers. Stop into a Pelt's today. Make sure you tell them Galvin from the Mike Calta Show sent you. Carmen, I feel like you're mad at me.
No, why?
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Why
Oh.
would she be?
Because I was joking around with you earlier.
Oh,
When you called me fat and stupid.
Oh, I thought that was a really good Sporcle, and I think that you're pretty.
I appreciate it.
All right.
No,
Pretty.
no, yeah, we're good. Thank you.
Pretty fat and stupid. No,
Oh,
that's what you said during the break.
Now I'm leaving. Now I'm leaving.
Now it's Mike.
I hate it.
I was sweet,
I always
and Mike
loved
was
you.
mean.
I've loved you
said-
since day one.
Pretty out of shape.
Carmen, out of all the people on the show, who sent you a little love message yesterday?
Love message.
Spanish.
You did?
Yeah. I mean, I always tell her I love her. I don't know.
Who sent you a specific Instagram love message yesterday?
Oh, yesterday you did.
Thank you.
Yeah, but you send me these things, but then you never send them to me.
Well, we're supposed to do it together.
Oh, okay. Let's go. I'm in. Let's go get pancakes.
I sent Carmen a video that said, send this to the prettiest girl you know, and it was those making those fat Japanese pancakes.
Yeah.
I want to go
Yeah.
try those.
Yeah.
Same.
Dude, they're
Tampa.
fantastic.
Yeah.
But
I know, but that's the closest I'm
it
going to get
better
right
be a
now.
Japanese person making them.
I think it is.
If you go there and it's some guy named Larry, it's not the same.
There's some place that makes them here that I came up on my Instagram.
Yeah.
My,
Yeah.
my brother will tell you, it's
Tampa.
here, but my brother will tell you that one of the angriest times I've ever had in my life was in Japan at that big fat pancake place because the guy couldn't understand me and he kept bringing everybody pancakes except for me, and I just looked at him and I was
I
like,
hope it's called Big Fat Pancake Place.
You say that you need a Japanese person to make those and stuff, but you enjoy sushi. A lot of time your sushi isn't made by necessarily a Japanese.
always.
No.
I watch
How
the
do
guy
you
make.
know?
Because I watch, all
You
right,
order-
Asian.
Yeah. But you're ordering Uber Eats and you're getting sushi. You don't know.
Yeah, but I order it from the places that I know.
Also, I would like to point out that a lot of times when you Americanize stuff, it makes it a little bit better because you don't want the real.
No.
Like if you ever go and get
Like
Chinese,
Chinese.
if you ever go and get Chinese food where they're pulling stuff out of the aquarium, you're like, you don't.
Dude, I had
Are you gonna sweet and sour that? I don't know. What are we doing?
I had sea urchin in Japan. You never want to have that.
I mean,
No.
What did it taste?
Is it crunchy?
I can only imagine it would taste what the inside of your BH tastes like.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you right now, I've put a lot of things in this mouth over the years and in this
Yeah, you
belly.
have.
Yeah, you know, Carmen. And the two of the most disgusting things I've ever eaten in my life were gefilte fish and sea urchin. The gefilte fish my Jewish father-in-law made me try it. He goes, "You like fish?" I go, "I love fish." Well, then try it. I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna bang your daughter. I'll try your fish." And I put it in my mouth, and I didn't know what to do. And the only thing I could liken it to is a cat poop that had been in the cat litter for some time was now in my mouth, and I didn't know how to get out of it. It was in my mouth, and they were staring at me while I had it in my mouth, and I was like, I don't know what to do. It was the worst experience ever. Second time, or actually this was first, but Pete and I went to go to Samurai Blue, the old one in Ybor, and they were like, try a sea urchin. I was like, okay, I'll eat anything. And I ate that sea urchin and threw up immediately. It is the worst thing. And then I went to Japan, and I said, make sure there's no sea urchin on it. I don't want to eat sea urchin. And they lied to me, and I had sea urchin, and I almost threw up again.
Oh, God.
I didn't even realize it had meat inside you could eat.
It's a sloppy meat. Yeah. It's like you cut it open, and then it's like the I don't know how to explain it. It's like the sludge that's inside it. It's disgusting.
By the way, sloppy meat is also playing with us at Monsters of Rock.
They're great.
Can I ask you this question? So this is going to sound weird, but it's the only way I could describe it. So I went into the bathroom last night downstairs here, made a number one. No, I just made a number one. And then I pressed the toilet. I flushed it. And out of the rim of the toilet came this. The only way to describe it is that it was a red. You ever picture in your head or see what a placenta looks like? Yeah. It's like red and stringy, It came out of the rim of the toilet, and I went, "What was that?" It looked like a chewed up tomato. Okay.
Ask toilet guy; he knows.
Well, I was like, "What was that?" That was disgusting, and I thought maybe it was some sort of feminine thing that I was unaware of, and it was stuck in the toilet or whatever. And I flushed, and I was like, "Well, it's good. That's good." Then later on in the night, I was upstairs, and I flushed again, and same thing happened. And then I woke up this morning. And one was in the toilet, just sitting there in the thing, and I went, "What am we getting invaded? Like, what is it? I don't know what it is." But I was upstairs and downstairs. I'm the only one that goes upstairs, so I couldn't figure out what it was. Galvin, do you know?
No, I don't know. But can I tell you something? That I went to the doctors because of that.
Same thing.
What? No.
Oh,
at your house. I went and peed and flushed the toilet and saw those things and thought that I peed them out. Do you remember whenever I went to the doctor and they had to inject me with the stuff and I had to do the MRI? That's why I did it, and it never happened again. But it was in your bathroom.
What is it?
I don't know. It's some weird, because it's like coagulated, some weird red thing.
And it's got red, so it looks like it's like blood.
Right, and that's what I thought. I was like, oh my God. And I talked to my doctor, and I went in, and I got they put the stuff into your system, and then they put you through the MRI and did a whole thing, whatever. And they're like, we don't see anything. There's nothing. And I urinated, nothing happened again, whatever. But that was in your bathroom.
What can that be?
I don't know.
A
toilet alien.
It's a bacteria known as Serratia marchescens.
Oh, you got to fire your
red stuff in toilet?
So
you got to fire your cleaning crew.
Yeah, I Googled red stringy substance coming out of toilet bowl rim. Right? That's what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that bacteria. It can cause pneumonia in some people.
Oh, so where does it come from? Like, I have cleaning people here every week.
This says that if basically it's saying if it's supposed to be the chlorine is supposed to kill the bacteria, but if you have a carbon-based line, or a activated carbon filter on your water line, you're removing the chlorine and maybe supporting the growth of the bacteria.
I gotta call.
So I don't know. Yeah, what you have.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Owen, if you're listening.
It says the bacteria are difficult to remove completely from your home, although the stains are removed easily with a general purpose cleanser containing chlorine bleach.
I got placenta toilets.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I brought this up because I thought, what can this be?
It can cause, it's pathogenic to some people, causing pneumonia, wound infections, and urinary tract infections.
Ben just texted me and said it's for my water softener.
Oh, yeah. Oh. At least Galvin knows he's cured.
Yeah. I was worried. I was like, I don't know what the hell's going on. And I had to go to the doctor because of that.
Oh, that's so funny.
To get checked out. Like, I was like, if that's coming out, something's inside and something's going on.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, that's good that you're smart enough to get that checked out. I would have just been like, I don't know what that was. I'm not saying that.
It freaked me out. I was like, do you remember me telling you that?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, 100%.
That's so crazy. Ugh. Well, hey, we solved that problem.
Yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Google.
Can I tell you something before you get the news? I finally saw someone with the Hawk Tour girl that made me like her.
All right.
Did you see the Whitney Cummings thing?
I saw some clips.
She's on Whitney Cummings' show, and Whitney Cummings says to her, what kind of guy do you like? And she describes a guy, and she goes, I'm pretty sure you just described Matt Rife. And she's like, oh, I love Matt Rife.
Oh, I did see this.
And she goes, let's call him. So they called him up, and it was a great exchange between Matt Rife and the Hawk Tuah girl. It was pretty funny. Do you know her mother was a crackhead and she was a crack baby?
No.
Yeah, she said
Hawk Tuah?
Hawk Tuah. Now I'm happier for
Yeah.
her that she's getting all this success. She goes, he said something like, how old are you? And she said 25. And he goes, oh, how old? Where's your mom? And she's like, you know what, my mom is a crackhead. And he goes, your mom really a crackhead? She goes, yeah, I'm a crack baby. I was like, all right, now I have now I'm happier for her that she's doing some stuff.
And she's going to bang Matt Rife.
Well,
he's like, come to my show. He's like, I'll get you backstage.
Matt Rife goes, do you want to sit in the front row or the side stage, like backstage? She goes, I want to go backstage. And he goes, stop talking.
Yeah.
Good.
I feel like Matt Rife goes from town to town and bangs the hottest MILFs in there.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
sure.
Like, there's no way all of those ladies are going to his show, flirting with him,
Right.
yelling stuff, showing stuff.
Yeah.
And he's not like, come back to the hotel.
Imagine what his DMs look like.
Yeah.
What must that be like to know that you can go to a city and a state you've never been in and there's already 500 women that want to bang you?
Yeah.
That must be such a great feeling. Even if you don't act on it, it's just such a great feeling.
And you get paid.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. And you bring two of your friends who stink to open for you. That was terrible.
Ultimate power.
Oh, here come all the toilet phone calls. Mike Calta Show. Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Hey,
Hey.
I'm sorry. This is Gary. I was talking about, you were talking about the water, that stuff in your toilet. You understand that the same water is coming out of your faucet, so be careful with that.
That's gross.
Oh, these guys filter
the
water.
same water
every
goes
day.
out of your faucet. Yeah. Be
All right.
careful with that stuff.
Thank you. I will tell you that I have a separate drinking faucet than I do that is has a reverse osmosis filtration on it.
Yeah.
So I don't ever drink anything that comes out of the tap.
I'm not worried about it. My body has been immune
Wonderland.
for years. Yeah.
Mike Calta Show. Good morning. I got placenta water in my house. Hello.
Hey, good morning. Is this me?
Yeah, that's you. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Hey, just wanted to say thanks for the conversation this morning. The same thing happened to me. I saw that thing in the toilet, and I took Mike's side of it and said, well,
I guess I'm dying.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, now you know, sir. Congratulations. You're going to live.
Appreciate it.
All right. No problem. Thanks. Yeah. See, I'll tell you what. We joke around all the time, and that is the absolute best thing about this show is I could find out anything that I want within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It was Google before Google.
Yeah.
And we found out who cares about living. I'm like, doctor, what's going on? These guys are like, I guess I'm dying.
I was like, what am I going to do? All right. What do we got going?
We already did the pelts. Okay, so we're starting out with this. Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh was killed by a pre-dawn airstrike in the Iranian capital Wednesday. Iran, sorry. I keep on saying Iran. I know.
Because you're
It's
racist.
Iran. No, because
I'm
we grew
kidding,
up.
I know,
But
yeah.
like literally the entire time it was always Iran. But now it's Iran. Iran and the militant group said blaming Israel for a shock assassination that risked escalating the conflict even as the U.S. and other nations were scrambling to prevent an all-out regional war. Iran's supreme leader vowed revenge against Israel. There was no immediate comment from Israel, which has pledged to kill Haniyeh and other Hamas leaders over the group's October 7th attack on southern Israel. The strike came just after Haniyeh had attended the inauguration of Iran's new president in Tehran, and only hours after Israel targeted top commander in Iran's ally Hezbollah in the Lebanese capital of Beirut.
Let's not forget that the same guy is responsible for dropping a bomb on a soccer field and killing a bunch of kids the other day.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I was just saying this to these guys off during the break. We mean the world. We can kill anybody we want to kill anytime we want. And anytime that they can't find somebody or they can't get somebody is a goddamn lie. This guy blows up a soccer field and kills kids, and 2 days later, he's dead. They were like, oh, we got to retaliate, and they got that specific guy that they wanted to get. They blew him up. They know exactly who people are and where they're going at all times, and they annihilated that guy. And that guy absolutely, if he's the one that's responsible for dropping that bomb on the soccer field, 100% deserves it. And they're talking about escalating a war. How about dropping the bomb on the soccer field? I think that pretty much escalated it.
Did you ever hear the story about Trump whenever he was meeting with some leaders and they were talking about a situation and he left a folder there that had pictures of the guy's house and all this different stuff?
Really? Yeah.
But it was like confirmed where he was like purposely got pictures of the guy's house and all this stuff and like left the folder and left it open so they could see. And they were like, oh, no. Yeah, we're good. We're fine.
I went to Jacksonville to a Navy ship one time. I had a VIP tour of the room, and they took me to the room where they listened to other people's conversations.
Oh, yeah?
Which I couldn't hear anything, obviously, but they showed me who, the people doing that and all that stuff was pretty cool. And they said that it was a nuclear capable submarine or ship. I don't remember submarine. Yeah, a submarine. It was so long ago. But they said, look, this was 20, Joey's 20, it's probably 30 years ago. And they were like, we have the technology where if we can get somebody's DNA, we can get them with the DNA. And I went, oh, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, and then BlackRock bought everybody's DNA. A couple months ago.
Yeah, exactly, from 23andMe.
No big deal.
No, it'd be fun. You can find out your ancestors.
Yeah,
let's all do it.
Whatever.
Nothing good or bad, but nothing good has come out of 23andMe for me. It told me a couple of things. It told me, one, I'm Italian. Then my brother's my brother. And his kids are my nieces and nephews, and I have a couple of weird cousins in New York that I don't know.
Until they say your DNA is at the crime scene where they murdered that guy.
Yeah. I'm just saying, there's like I did it, and what's the takeaway from it? Like I didn't.
Well, the big push was because they would tell
medical?
You that, yeah. So like if you did 23andMe, they had the technology to spot Alzheimer markers, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Parkinson's.
But there was nothing that I took away from that. That was I looked at my medical stuff and
then the kicker was we did 23andMe. That was our big selling point. And then during COVID, when people were actually starting to ask questions, they found out the technology that they were using to find these markers was antiquated and not sure if it was the right percentage.
So it's not real?
It's not that it's not real. It's just that, like, if they tell
effective.
so like they said, you're 90% ensured that you won't get Alzheimer's, think of it more like it's probably somewhere between 30 and 40%.
But so here's the other thing. If it tells me I am predisposed to Alzheimer's, well, great. If I just got Alzheimer's, I wouldn't know about it. But now I got to worry about it for 20 years before I get it.
Yeah.
What does that do for me?
Nothing but give you stress.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably ends up giving you Alzheimer's because you're convinced you're going to get it.
Right, but also there's been studies on showing food and stuff that you can eat to prolong that. So like if you have more of a chance of getting it, I want to say like Brazilian nuts are really good for reducing your chance of developing it. So you can, you know what I mean? So there is ways that you can put it off even longer.
Bobby Kelly has a doodle like I do, and his doodle was dying. They took the doodle to the hospital, and they're like, it's dying. It's got 2 months left to live, whatever. And Dawn, Bobby's wife, did all the research, changed all its food, and brought it back to life. It's still alive and kicking.
Yeah.
Totally well.
Food is very powerful.
It not only is very powerful, but the Ozempic stuff.
Yes, it's ruined my life.
Yeah. the Ozempic and all the data they're getting from Ozempic is just further proving I forget what I think it's called, like the gut brain connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like whatever you eat has a direct influence on your brain and how you perceive the world, which is really weird but really cool.
I don't know, man. I wish it was an easier manual where they're like, eat your Brazil nuts and some waffles and you'll live till you're 90.
The information's out there. You have to kind of search it, especially because the National Institute of Health has a search engine where you can search like Brazil nuts, and it'll give you all the studies that they've done, so you can go and read.
I need you to do all that.
I will. But
come in here with snacks every day and just tell me what you read.
All right.
What does it say when you type in the fat Japanese pancakes?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing.
Live forever.
Delicious glucose.
I can't stop thinking of those.
It's also like, hey, blueberries are good for you. Have blueberries. And then you go to the store to get blueberries, and they're like, not those blueberries. They're filled with steroids and all kind of, and you're like, come on. What am I supposed to do?
Well, they say like frozen fruits and veggies are actually better because they freeze them at the peak ripeness where they have their most nutrition value still. So
Yeah, but the only problem with that is a lot of the like the frozen blueberries or strawberries that they have, that's all added sugar and all kind of preservatives and all that stuff. Yeah, what I'm saying is it's so hard to go and find what you really should be eating unless you're growing it yourself.
Yeah, and like and even what makes it even worse is everybody's body digests food differently. So like blueberries may work for you, but because I have a lack of enzymes in my gut, I could eat as many blueberries as I want. It won't give me half the results that you get.
Well, that's what they say with like people who do the carnivore diet. They're like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. Some people, it's totally great and works great for them and stuff. Other people, it's not going to work as well. But who knows?
Yeah.
The National Hurricane Center increased the odds of a system developing in the Atlantic could turn into the season's next tropical depression or storm with a projected path that could threaten Florida. The NHC gives a 60% chance to develop in the next 7 days, which is up slightly from Monday's forecast because I think it was 50-50 the other day. So now it's up 60% chance of it happening. So
when did it come? Hold on, I gotta look at the
in the next 7 days.
No, I know, but I gotta look at the weather real quick because I gotta go. I'm going to Disney.
Oh man!
Oh boy!
Friday and Saturday in Orlando. Friday 30% chance of rain. Saturday 40% chance.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's 40%.
But that's 40% of the area.
Oh, okay.
It's not 40% that it will.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing I learned a long time ago. It's not actually 40% chance that it will rain. It's 40% chance of rain of 40% of the area.
You just blew my mind.
Changes things. That's why whenever you yell at the weatherman and you're like, hey, I thought it was supposed to rain. It didn't even rain. That's because it didn't rain in your
How
area.
did none of us know that?
Yeah.
But then why does it say chance of rain? 40%.
Because it's a 40% chance of the area.
Yeah.
There's a chance you'll be where it rains.
Right. You have a 40% chance.
I mean,
I don't believe it.
Decades.
Yeah.
Google it.
Of believing
Weather
it one
people
way.
have said this before.
What weather people?
You don't yell at me.
You
The
name
meteorologist.
Name two.
Yeah.
Steve Jarvie.
Nope.
Steve Harvey.
Nope.
Jarvis.
Nope.
Jerry.
Nope. It was Steve Jervy, and he
Jervy.
retired.
I still talk to him.
Ask Google.
I need Paul Delgado on the line.
Oh, there you go. Dennis Phillips, Paul Delgado, the Mike Clay, the big weather Frankenstein from Bay News 9. That guy just looks like he's 10 feet tall.
Weather Frankenstein.
Ooh, bring rain.
So the percentage of rain or probability of precipitation in a weather forecast is a statistical probability that a specific area will receive at least 0.01 inches of rain during a specified time period.
Yeah, but that's but
that
that's
doesn't
it.
mean the area.
The area is Orlando, so Orlando has a 30% chance of it happening
In a specific area.
Yeah,
Right,
but
Orlando.
the area being the
Where you're
metro, the
searching,
market that you're searching, not like 20% of Orlando. It means Orlando is going to have 20% chance of rain falling on Orlando.
I'm so confused.
Like when I
No.
search, like if it says Lutz, that doesn't mean 10% of Lutz.
Right,
There's 10%
it's
chance of rain.
chance it's going to rain in Lutz.
I don't know what
No.
to believe.
Read it again and think about it.
You think about it.
We had a
80% chance of rain means 80% chance that rain will fall somewhere within the forecasted area.
yes,
Yeah.
not 80% of the area.
I don't know what's happening.
80% of the
chance it's
forecasted
going,
area.
Yeah,
it's
that's what-
going to
of the-
fall
They say
in
the
that area.
chances, yeah.
Right.
Not of that area, in the area.
Within the forecasted area.
That you're
Right.
searching.
Yeah.
Right, but that's not what you were saying before.
It's
They changed it.
no. If you have 100%, so let's say that Orlando is 100%. If there's 40% chance, that means 40% of that 100% will get rain.
No, it means 40%.
it doesn't.
We have to call. We have to call.
Yeah, it's the chance of participation.
Precipitation.
No.
Precipitation.
Yeah.
Participation.
It's the
don't even know.
area.
No,
It's not. It's
It
telling
is.
you right
Why-
there. You're checking a specific area. It's 40% chance it's going to fall in that area.
No.
Not 40% of that area.
Yes.
No.
Like it's only
Yes.
going to rain in 50%
I
of
mean,
Tampa.
listen to me. We can argue all day, but it clearly states that in the thing that Galvin just read. Who can we call? There's got to be a weather guy on speed dial somewhere.
I mean, we're partners with Fox 13.
Yeah, but I need to have somebody specific. I need a Delgado. I can't have some morning guy doing it. Get Amanda Pappas on the phone.
Does she do weather?
Yes. I don't care what she does. Whatever she says, I agree
I
with.
feel like she doesn't like us.
She does not like us at all.
Probability of precipitation is a commonly used term referring to the likelihood of precipitation falling in a particular area over a defined period of time.
Yes. So
In
like
a particular
that particular
area.
area that you're searching.
The
So if you search
percentage.
Tampa Bay, there's an 80% chance that rain will fall in Tampa Bay.
It like says an 80% chance of rain means an 80% chance that rain will fall somewhere within the forecasted area.
Yes.
In that 80%.
Right.
No, but
Yeah, you said
80% chance it'll
Gio's on my
fall.
side.
You're
Gio's on my side.
100% wrong.
I sent Carmen the number I have for Paul Delgado.
Oh, really?
I'm calling.
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It's 7:30 in the morning.
No, weather never stops.
Yeah.
He's sitting on his roof staring at the
Yeah.
sky.
You know?
He's out there with a lightning rod.
Yeah.
There's a 30% chance he'll answer the phone
Wait,
in the area,
I'm so confused.
but only 50% of Tampa will be able to hear him.
I just got really scared.
I'm so bad at statistics.
My Ring doorbell went off. Alexa,
Oh, I hope it's Paul Delgado.
Alexa, show back door. No, it's worse. It's my nephew Tommy, who is the size of King Kong. I just looked at the camera and I went, "Oh, we're dying. We're gonna
we're
die.
dead.
Yeah, we're
They're here
dead."
for us.
Yeah.
Here for us.
Does 100% chance of precipitation mean it will rain all day? A common misconception about POP forecasts is that 100% chance of rain means it will rain heavily all day long.
Stop. You're saying two different things. 100% chance. Nobody's saying a 100% chance of rain means it's going to rain all day. 100% chance of rain means at some point rain is going to fall in the area. Alexa, stop.
This is not always true because POP does not portray anything about the intensity or the duration of precipitation.
Right. Nobody was arguing that. What we're saying
I'm
is
just reading stuff.
Don't wake Paul Delgado up for this.
No, because you're wrong.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, if you
What?
don't want to talk to him,
What happened?
He did not answer, but I agree with Galvin because I've heard meteorologists explain this on television before.
Carmen,
Yes.
call over to Fox 13 right now and tell him we need a meteorologist on the phone.
Text Charlie. Tell him to have somebody sent our way.
I don't.
Hold on.
He knows somebody.
Clearly, there's somebody in our listening audience. Yes.
what does this 40% mean? Will it rain 40% of the time? Will it rain over 40% of the area? The POP simply describes the probability the forecast grid point in question will receive at least 0.01 inches of rain. So in this example, there is a 40% probability for at least 0.01 inches of rain at the specific forecast point of interest.
Yes. That's
40% of the
defending
area.
what we're saying.
No, it's not. You're hearing it that way.
No,
You're
it's
hearing
what
it
you're
that way.
reading is loud and clear. It's you're looking for a designated area. So if you're saying Daytona Beach and it says 40% chance, it's 40% is going to rain in Daytona Beach in that area, not 40% of Daytona Beach. Look, if I'm wrong, I'll be wrong, but I guarantee you I'm not.
It means there's a chance of rain. There's an 80% chance of rain in that forecast
area.
Not 80% of the area will get rain.
Spanish, I'm on my side. Gio's on my side. Whose side are you on?
I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I grew up with it the way you're
No one needs your
explaining.
history. Just answer the goddamn question. We know whose side Carmen's on.
All right, I guess it's your side. I don't know.
No, I don't want to be forced. I don't want to force. I don't want to force bully.
Gio's on my side. Whose side are you on?
I don't know. It's Joe. I know Joe's
You're
on
so
my
mean about it. I just want to.
Joe doesn't even know what
Spanish
rain is.
doesn't want to pick a side.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Colleen Mike Calta.
What's up, Colleen?
And you were talking ill about 23andMe. I would like to tell you that it's 100% accurate. I was adopted at 3 days old, and I found my birth mother and my whole family.
Well, hold on. Two things. One, let me tell you, I wasn't talking really ill about it. What I was saying is it did nothing for me because I don't have that sort of situation. But for people who are adopted or don't really know their family medical history, it's a wonderful thing. So did you get to meet your family as a result of that?
I did. I've met a half-sister. I met my birth mother. I met her sister, which is my Aunt Linda. and all of her kids.
Does
And
that
I
give
even-
you a great relief then? Because now you can find out your family's medical history and if there's anything you need to know and be prepared of. Because before that, you go into the whole thing blind. You don't know anything.
Correct. I knew nothing, and my adoptive mother absolutely knew nothing. And it kind of fills a deep hole that every adopted person has, wondering why. What's your story? And I found my story.
And I'm sorry, was your mother still alive? Did you get to meet her or no?
Yep, I got to meet her. She's still living now.
Were you mad at her?
Nope, not at all.
Were you
Because she did a wonderful thing because I was adopted to a wonderful family.
Were you mad at her
And
your
when
whole life, and then all of a sudden you met her and you're like, oh, now I get it?
No, I was never mad at her. I just wanted to know what my story was. But I kind of could have figured it out because I'm biracial, black and white.
Right.
And I was born in 1963, so I kind of could figure out what the story was, but I needed her to tell me.
Oh, man, they were doing some forbidden love back in the day.
Yes, it definitely was.
Yeah.
And one crazy thing, nature versus, I can't, how I was going to say
Nurture?
it. Yes,
Yeah.
nature versus nurture. I do not drink coffee. The smell of coffee nauseates me. My birth mother's the same exact way.
That is one of the things I find the most interesting is if I have time, sometimes I'll take some of those quizzes that they get you where they're trying to gather information, and I do fit a lot of those things where they say you probably don't like this, you do this, you snore, you do that. It's very interesting. But I wasn't talking ill about it. What I was just saying was that it didn't really do anything for me because I kind of know my family history. But for people in your situation or for people who don't really know their whole family, I think it's wonderful.
Yes.
Well, glad you found your family. I appreciate the call, Pumpkin.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now give me some weather people on the phone. Mike Calta Show, hello.
Hey, so Galvin's right. It's 40% of the area.
Thank you.
But what is this guy's credentials?
Are you a meteorologist?
He's the weather guy.
That's Weather Dan.
You asked for weather.
Is this Weather Dan?
No, my dad was an amateur storm chaser. We grew up chasing storms my whole life. And it's very common misconception. But yeah, if it says Tampa gets 40% of rain, that means 40% of Tampa has a chance of getting rain. Not.
I still am not buying it, sir, but thank you. Thank you.
Have a good one.
He's an amateur.
Yeah.
I only want to know from professionals. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Amateur.
I don't want no amateurs on this
Can't
show.
argue with that.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Yeah, it sounds like Galvin is wrong, but I mean the other guy kind of
what
convinced
does
me
it
a little
sound
bit.
like?
This guy's father was a professional weather chaser.
No.
My father was in Twister.
Bill Paxton?
Until I get an official meteorologist on the line, the end is open till we figure out what the situation
Galvin's
is.
right. You're right.
I think we know.
Listen, I
Carmen
believe
says she's seen meteorologists explain this.
Yes.
Carmen.
Yes.
You refer to her as if she's some sort of scholar.
Listen, I agree with you.
Thank you. All right. Well, we'll get back to that later on. What else we have in news?
You guys don't know. Team USA finished day 4 of the Olympics leading with 26 total medals, but
USA.
but trailing the lead in golds by 3. We only snagged 1 gold, but it was a big one. The U.S. women's gymnastic team won the team competition, and Simone Biles, we were talking about her the other day, Simone Biles became the most decorated gymnast in American history.
Yeah, she is amazing to watch. I mean, obviously all the gymnasts are pretty amazing, but I watched her just run 3 steps and take a full, at her body, fully extended flip. Not a tumble, not a air somersault, just a full extension, feet over hand. It's amazing to watch.
It looks effortless. Like she's not even trying.
Yeah, like she's a real superhero.
Yeah.
That's crazy to watch.
And then they put together a list. Who is the greatest American summer Olympian of all time?
With that,
A bunch of people voted. Who would you say?
Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps. Swimmer Michael Phelps came in first with 19% of the vote. Then who else?
Michael Jordan.
No, Michael Jordan not on there.
Nobody from the USA basketball?
Not from Dream Team. No, nobody. Actually, nobody basketball.
All right.
These are from Summer Olympians. So Michael Phelps. Who else would you think?
Caitlyn Jenner.
We literally just talked about her. Simone Biles comes in second with 16%. Jesse Owens came in third. And believe it or not, Spanish, Caitlyn Jenner got 3%. No. Bruce Jenner.
Oh, well,
it was not Caitlyn.
I know, but you know,
no.
Caitlyn didn't do nothing.
Yeah,
Bruce did it all.
Caitlyn wasn't even around.
Oh, she was in there. She was in there. Do you remember when there were rumors going around when Bruce Jenner grew his hair long, and there was rumors that he was transitioning, and
he was
like,
looking like Peter Pan and stuff. It was weird. But
by the way, both people we know that transitioned also look like Peter Pan. For a while.
Yeah, it's the hair. It's difficult. It's difficult to pull off. But so the whole Caitlyn Jenner thing brings me to my next point, because it was Bruce Jenner. Everybody knew it was Bruce Jenner. Whatever. Now Bruce Jenner is Caitlyn Jenner. But at the time, whenever they won, whatever. But this is interesting. A boxer who was disqualified from competing with women at a global event last year has been permitted to fight in the Paris Olympics.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Footage has emerged of the male to female fighter, Iman Khalif, an Algerian boxer, landing such brutal shots that her beaten Mexico opponent said, quote, "I don't think I ever felt like that in my 13 years of boxing, nor in my sparring with men." She is actually, this Algerian fighter is set to fight a female tomorrow in the Olympics. Look at this. Boy. Look at this video. She's the one in the blue. Go back to the beginning, Joe, if you can, because it's the fighter in the blue is the one that transitioned. Look at her just wailing on this person. Just drilling him so much.
She's got to be thinking, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, did I lose it? Am I really this bad now? No.
How do they allow this?
I don't know, because that's from 2022 right there.
Yeah.
And then they got the ban from competing with women in a global event last year. But now the Olympics are allowing this person to fight biological females.
Here's my thing. Biological females are females. Transition females, I know they want to be referred to as females, but their DNA is the same. And here's what I'll put it to you. If you had would you make love to a transgendered woman who had the full operation?
By that you mean like everything was removed?
She has a full vagina now.
No,
you would
want it to stay on.
I would. I would.
The way you said it, it made it sound like you. I mean, if they're removing it, no.
What's the fun? Yeah.
So would you? You would not.
I would not.
Yeah, I don't think that I would either. Because the BH is still a man's.
Yeah.
So that's the
mouth.
Hands, it's a man's mouth.
Yeah.
It's a man's tongue.
Yeah.
It's a man's BH. And I'm not against you doing it. It's a hard time mentally for me to get over it. You should be able to understand that, because you had a hard time mentally getting over it. You should realize how I feel and respect that as well. The idea that a man is fighting a woman, whether that man has lady parts or not now, does not make sense. Those are man biceps, those are man arms, it's man DNA. It is completely unfair.
But the whole thing is if you had sex with a person that transitioned and stuff, mentally that may mess you up. This is physically going to mess you up.
Yes. Look, I will treat you as a woman, and I will refer to your pronouns and be as respectful as I can, but this is where you have to draw the line. This is unfair. It's just unfair. And that looks like a big dong on TV. Right? I mean, can we call that guy? What's this guy's name?
I don't know that.
Dave Osterberg.
Osterberg. Yeah. Can we call him?
Come on, Osterberg.
I have his number.
Text Charlie. Get Charlie to get him.
Yeah.
Just Charlie walks on the screen.
Yeah.
Hey, you got a phone call.
Hey, we take this?
Yeah, I don't know. That's absolutely crazy that they're allowing that person to fight.
I thought we I thought they were not going to allow that.
I thought this banned this.
Yeah,
well, they did with the swimmer, Leah Thompson, or Thompson, whatever it is. But
Thompson.
but this person's fighting tomorrow.
Sweet.
And,
well, I got to watch it now.
Yeah.
And what is the opponent? It's an Italian opponent.
Can we bet on this?
Yeah.
I mean,
I would imagine it's probably minus 20,000 for this person.
Maybe
you know
not.
I mean? No, I would imagine it is. I mean,
Probably a lot.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
I mean, when the other woman says, "I'm thankful I got out alive," it's pretty telling when you're a professional boxer.
By the way, I saw a thing the other day about the women's USA women's Olympic basketball team. Do you know that the USA women's Olympic basketball team has not lost a game since?
I know.
1992.
Oh, wow.
Is that insane?
That is insane.
Bet accordingly, folks.
Yeah.
That's insane. You know, every other team is like, we're playing USA. Come on, man. That's wild.
I just sent you guys a picture of the male versus female, just so you can see. Like, there is no effort. That is a man fighting a woman. 100%.
Oh,
you know, like
the size and the muscle and everything else. And look at that. Look at the woman's face. She's like, "Come on, dude."
Yeah, she's like, "Are you serious?" But like that is a guy. That is a guy fighting girls. I don't know how the Olympics allow this.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's insane.
Carmen, you have a pen?
Yeah.
Well, I should probably just text it to you.
So
don't put it out over here.
Write down this number.
813.
Wait.
Okay. Let me just make sure I got it right. Okay, I just sent you a phone number.
Got it.
Call up and ask for the newsroom. That's Fox 13.
Okay.
Ask for when they answer the phone, say, "Can I have the newsroom, please?" And then when they answer, say, "This is the Mike Calta Show calling. Is Dave Osterberg available to go on the air for a second?"
Osterberg.
Osterberg.
I just want to make sure I say it correct. Yeah.
Tell them interrupt the news. And
No, he just finished his segment. Charlie's with alligators right now.
Just yell breaking.
Yep.
Thank you.
Patchison.
Oh my God.
What?
I'm so nervous.
Why? You're not pranking them.
Are you nervous because you and Galvin are going to be wrong?
No.
Brother.
Hi, is Dave Osterberg available?
Osterberg.
Oh, she messed it up.
Yep. They're going to say no because she screwed it up.
He's on the television right now.
Yeah, he's not. Tell him we're watching the TV.
Yeah. Lies.
This is Carmen from the Mike Calta Show on 102.5 The Bone. We're partners with you guys. We're actually watching the news right now. We just saw him come off. So we just had some questions about the weather.
She just called them liars.
Yeah, I can see.
You're lying.
Alligators on TV.
Yeah. If you work in the media, you should know he's probably recording something.
We have a TV and he's not there.
Yeah.
What is it that makes me so? I'm about to have a panic attack. Listen to the
Uncomfortable?
Carmen. Oh my God! Like Moose couldn't make phone calls anywhere within my earshot. I couldn't listen to Carmen.
1 second. I'm
You
giving
home?
him the numbers.
What?
The number. He has to call back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, don't get mad at me.
Yeah, especially if Moose had to talk to somebody who was black or something.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be like, "What's up, dog? Come here." Oh, no.
Why you do me like that?
What? What is happening?
By the way, Pete and I broke up yesterday.
Oh, no.
No, man.
What happened?
He's on. I'm not talking to him anymore.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, I have asked Pete 1,000 times. Let's get a house at the beach. Let's stay at the house at the beach. No. Then him and Dan go get a house. And I'm like, you know what, you son of a bitches. Wow. So then I got over that, and then I found out Juliana comes in and she goes, "I think Pete's going to Disney this weekend too." And I went, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, they're going to Disney." And I texted him. I said, "Are you going to Disney this week, you son of a bitch?" And he said, "I don't think so. We're talking about it." Why? I go, "Because I ask you all the time to take the kids and go to Disney, and you never want to go, and now you're going out." And be like, "We're done." Then he called me, and I said, "Nope, I'm not talking to you because you're a dick." We broke up.
Yeah, but now he can chip in for the tour guide.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a really
Call
good
Loomis.
idea. All right, we're back, Pete.
Get a Lamborghini golf cart.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
This is getting
Pete
so much
will
better.
foot the whole bill.
Oh my God.
What?
That lady hates us.
Why?
No, she hates you
Yeah,
because you got his name wrong and then called her a liar.
Not
You guys
Osterberg.
told me to.
It's Osterberg. and then-
Osterberg. That's what I said.
You said Ostenberg.
Yeah.
I
did
love that.
not.
They were like, "He's on TV right now." And you're like, "We have a TV. He's not on TV right now."
That's what you told me to say. You literally told me to say that, and I
Yes.
repeated your words.
I was telling them that they were lying. I wasn't saying for you to say it.
I would say there's
Yes, you were.
I would say there's a 40% chance she hates us.
Yeah.
Not all of us, just on you.
If I didn't say that, then you would have been pissed.
Oh.
Probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I did. I did what I
I'm
was
not mad
supposed
at you.
to.
You did a good job.
Next time, just say, "Hey, this is Spanish from the Mike Calta
Yeah.
Show."
Yeah.
They don't know the difference.
No, it's okay.
Do you think he's going to call back?
I'm gonna message him right now.
No.
Who?
On Facebook.
Dave Ostenberg?
Osterberg.
Yeah, I
Dave
know how to say it.
Ostrich.
Yeah, that's what I said.
She only hates two of us.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, good morning, fellas. This is Teddy, not in the van down by the river.
Nope. Teddy, you're not allowed to call the show.
He said it wasn't.
Yeah, but I thought he meant it really was
Yeah,
him.
it sounded like him.
Well, I didn't like him. Mike Calta Show, hello.
Hey, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I was calling about the weather thing. So the last statement that Galvin read about probability, I took statistics for several years in college. Probability means chance of, not in the area, but chance of.
Are you a professional mathematician?
She's a statistician.
No, I don't like it.
No, not a weather professional.
Is that what you do for a living? What do you do for a living?
I'm a nurse.
Yeah, beat it.
Well, she used her math.
Weather.
Math is very important in nursing.
Yeah,
You got
nurses.
But nurses in a
You have to know how much to pour on a spoon to give the person.
You have to, that's not what nurses do.
Oh, I have to know how far I carry the lamp.
You.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, you said you're an idiot.
All right, no, go ahead.
Yeah.
You're agreeing with me? I didn't mean to
No, I'm
interrupt you.
saying I'm not agreeing with you.
Right.
You're wrong.
Because she's smart.
Whatever. Not a
Statistically,
doctor.
probability means chance of.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're saying there's a chance of, there's a 40% chance of raining.
Can I
in
point
Tampa.
out? Can I point out what nurse means? Means not a doctor.
Oh, no.
Not true.
My mom was a nurse.
But
Nurses are very
yet
important.
we're smarter than doctors.
really?
And much prettier.
Doesn't seem that smart if you doesn't seem that smart. You're not getting paid as much.
Oh, man.
If you're smarter, you get paid more.
Am I not? Because I don't have as many student loans as them, and I'm smarter than them, and I do more work.
I don't have any student loans either.
Yeah, because you
And I can give myself medicine.
Because you dropped out of high school and now you're
So?
trying to argue with a woman who's got a nursing degree.
Because I was so smart that I quit high school. I didn't even waste my time in high school. I'm even smarter than her.
Thank you, Punkin.
Oh, but yet I'm still doing what I love, and you do what you love, so it's a win-win for all of us.
It's a 80% chance of winning for you, and it's 20% for Galvin. Thank you. I appreciate the call.
100%. I totally won. I won Sporcle. I won that argument. I won everything.
You're having a winning
All
day
I do is
today.
win.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Good morning, Mike. I got a little grief about 23andMe.
Okay.
I know my background. I know my heritage. My mom's Irish. My grandmother's from Sicily. So I did that 23andMe, and it said my mother came up right about Irish, but then it said that I'm not Italian at all. That I'm Greek, Eastern European. So I don't know where they're getting their information from. I know my
From your
grandmother
DNA.
came from
Yeah.
Sicily.
How do you know your family's not
Yeah,
wrong?
your family might have just
Well,
been.
I know my grandmother came from Sicily. She came over here when my dad was like 2 years old.
Right, but she
So
could have been. She could have come from Sicily,
Of
but
Greek
had
descent.
origin in Greece.
Well, that's possible. I mean, I'm not going to.
I mean, literally, Sicily and Greece is a boat ride.
Yeah. So they
So-
say Eastern European. It could be in that whole area. I understand that, but it didn't say anything about Italian background or anything. It just said 88% Eastern European, and then
Yeah.
it said likely Greek. So
I think
I'm not
grandma's
Italian.
lying to you.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, she was hanging out with a Greek guy and didn't
Yeah.
tell anybody.
Damn right she was. Thank you, sir.
Traitor.
Mine came back very unremarkable. It said, "Congratulations, you're really Italian."
Yeah, same.
I mean, that was it.
You're so Irish, you might as well just put on green.
The only thing that I saw was mine had like native, a couple percentage of native, and I didn't think anything of it. Well, I guess I didn't know this, but Carmen sent me an article about the indigenous people of Puerto Rico and Cuba, the Taino Indians. They thought they went extinct back in the 50s, and because of 23andMe, they found out that the bloodline never
Did you
went
say
extinct.
tiny Indians?
Yep, that's what I
Tiny
said.
Indians,
That's what they're
yeah.
called.
That's what you are. You're a
Indians in the
tiny
cupboard.
little
I was just about to say Indians in the cupboard.
So my mother's family is Sicilian and my father's family is Sicilian. So I
Yeah.
wasn't shocked by any of the
No.
news.
Yeah,
There you
well,
go.
I thought my grandparents always said that our Italian heritage was from Calabria, and there was like always this debate amongst our family if that was true or not, and we found out because it's 23andMe that is accurate. We're Calabrian, from the tip of the boot. Very exciting.
Doesn't sound that exciting.
Yeah, everybody put their head down when I started talking, so it's fine.
What? So Pete just texted me. People were texting Pete to tell him that I broke up with him.
Yeah.
Like he didn't know. I hung up with him and I texted him and I said, I'm not answering your phone call because you're a dick.
He's not
so
going
I'm
to show
pretty
up.
sure
with
he
a-
knows.
He's not going to show up holding a boombox over his head, is he? That's going to be weird.
I hope he does.
That'll be weird. By the way, Mega Millions. Nobody won last night. Next estimated jackpot is $358 million. And I have the cash option. That would be $170 million.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'll buy you guys something nice.
Yeah.
You know who first on my list? My nephew Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have Steve Hurley's car and somebody hit me in the parking lot and I had yellow and red paint on
Someone
my car.
hit you?
Yes. I got my car. Look, I got it back from valet and it was scratched up, but I couldn't prove it was in that because I hadn't seen it. My daughter got out of the car and she goes, "Oh my God, look!" But I don't really know when it happened. I thought it was while we were in the valet, and I sent it to Steve and I told him my nephew's cleaned it all off.
Oh, that's awesome.
It looks brand new.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I can't wait to send this to Steve.
Well,
Oh, he already knows.
No, but that it's all cleaned up.
No, I know, but I'm saying he knows that it was.
Oh, he knows everything. Yeah, he could feel it.
I'm going to say it was 80% chance that you did it.
Me?
Well, I was gonna say, I saw a thing that you can remove scratches with coconut oil and vinegar on your car.
Why are you trying to clean everything with natural?
Why not?
Cleansers.
Why are you trying to use chemicals and kill yourself?
I'm not. I'm letting Tommy do it.
A 54-year-old woman in Michigan was going through her spam folder and found a suspicious email. Suspicious. Saying that she won a lottery prize for $200,000. Guess what? It wasn't a scam.
Really?
She actually won the Michigan lottery drawing and won $200,000.
And that's how they tell you by email?
I
would never trust that.
So whatever it was, yeah, but however it happened and stuff, yeah, but it went to her spam folder and then she was like, oh, this is weird, but actually checked it out and she won $200,000.
See, that's one of those where at the end of the year they go, well, if it doesn't go claimed by that's ridiculous.
So many
times. They don't want you to win.
I'm sure there's plenty of times where people are like, yeah, I'm sure I won.
Right?
Click, So you got the Mega Millions. You got this lady winning the lottery. This guy tried to get money a different way. A man in Maine pleaded guilty to robbing a bank through the drive-thru.
Who gives him anything?
Well, listen how he did it. He dropped a note inside the little thing and went in there, and it said, "Car bomb. No cops or alarms, or we all die."
They're behind 3 feet of glass. Let it blow up.
Yeah, right?
How much is the thing, though? You don't know whether it's just filled with dynamite or something or C4 or whatever.
What if that teller is having a bad day and that teller is like, do it.
Yeah.
Blow it. I'm tired of being here.
Can I tell you what I do? Guy goes, in the tube, I open it up, car bomb. I go, stand by, I'm going to go get your money. And I run out the front door and I just keep running.
And you leave everybody else. And then the guy blows the thing up and kills all your coworkers. And they go, Mike knew. And then they put you in jail.
For what?
You didn't tell everyone.
As I'm running out the door, I'm going to yell, run!
No.
You just go out and just get in his car and be like, do it, I'm ready.
Carmen, did Dave Osterberg call back yet?
No, not yet.
So it said car bomb, no cops or alarms, or we all die. He made the teller jam $2,500 in $20 bills into the vacuum tube system. He did get away with it, but then was caught later on.
Always.
Yeah.
Like they had cameras.
Yeah, they may have some cameras.
You know, come on.
The best is if you go to, near my Publix, there's a Wells Fargo. If you go to the Publix parking lot, rob a car, then take that car through the drive-thru and steal that money and then ditch the car. That's the way to do it.
And burn the car so they can't get
it. They can have the car back. I don't care.
But you don't want any prints or anything. Make sure you have gloves.
I'm wearing a yellow plutonium suit.
Yeah.
Ooh. Would you burn your fingerprints off before you commit any of these crimes with an iron?
You could just wear gloves. What are you burning your fingerprints
Maybe
off?
what if a glove falls off?
How about the next time you're making sweet love to your lady and she's like, do you have lizard hands? What's going on?
Lizard.
I feel like a lizard's groping me.
Yeah. I'm getting nothing. Your fingers are too smooth. Someone hid thousands of dollars worth of drugs inside guitar amplifiers and then shipped them to Guitar Center, where it was discovered by employees, and they were like, "Yeah!" Guitar Center was the return address the sender put on it to make it look legit because they were sending amplifiers and stuff. Apparently, it was supposed to go somewhere else, and they delivered it to Guitar Center, and they opened them, and were like, "Hey, here's."
How does this make the news? Like, who ratted it out?
The Guitar Center employees.
I know. Why do they just keep the money and be like?
It was drugs.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I know what.
Why do I feel like somebody in the cartel was like, guys, hear me out. Great idea. We're going to put the drugs in amplifiers. No one's ever going to know.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they try and do, we've seen burritos. We've seen cantaloupes, avocados.
Well, it's not the first time they did it. They just got caught this time.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I know a girl that back in the day when weed was really bad, where they were, get in trouble with it, she used to buy her weed through the mail, and they would send it in videotapes.
That's so crazy because that's federal.
Yeah, but they would take videotapes and they would write wrestling videos and they would put them inside the tape and then ship them over here. So, but here's the thing with Guitar Center is that I forgot what I was going to say. It was something about shipping it, finding it. I know it. I know what it is. If I'm working at Guitar Center and I open an amplifier and it's got money in it or drugs or something like that, and I'm like, we're going to keep this and we're going to make some money and then we're doing good and everything's great. And then one day I'm working, and a guy that walks in that looks like Tuco Salamanca, I know that it's over for me.
Right.
I want to talk to you. You've been opening my drugs. And it's like, how do I get out of this?
I remember years ago, and I always remember the story that somebody bought some of the home security cameras from Sam's Club, And whenever they got him home, they were filled with money.
Whoa.
They had money inside of him and stuff. And they told the police, and the police held and did the whole thing, did an investigation. But because they purchased them, they got to keep the money.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know who was sending money and security cameras or why, but they were like, yeah, they actually bought it, so they own it, so now they get the money.
If I worked at Guitar Center and these amps were showing up with drugs in them, and somebody from the cartel showed up and was like, did you get these amplifiers? There may be a little bit that in my head I'm like, can I negotiate with him to see if I could?
No.
I want a cut of the deal. We could do this all the time. I won't tell anybody.
I would just assume it was like for certain bands. It was like filled with cocaine. And you're like, oh yeah, they're going on a tour.
Yeah.
We need that. Google Trends looked at which year searches for different acronyms peaked. For example, searches for YOLO peaked in 2012. For FOMO was 2019. This year is LWKY. Anybody know what that is?
LWKY.
Yeah, YOLO was 2012. FOMO was 2019. This year is LWKY.
Last week, know yourself.
No. Once you hear it, you go, yeah, that makes sense. But I've never seen anybody text this.
LWKY.
But I've heard people say it.
Something know you.
No, you're breaking it down. It's not broken down like that.
Okay. What is it?
Low key.
Oh.
LWKY. Low key. I've heard people say, hey, low key, this is whatever, but I've never seen. Has anybody text that?
Not like
Probably
that. LWKY.
Younger people doing it.
No, I'm trying so hard to be hip with my daughter. Last night I texted her and I said, good night, Scribbity Riz. And she wrote, and she hit me back with a good night, Sigma. And I went, what's going on? What is this all about? Just when I thought I knew a word.
Thank you.
I got you.
Yeah.
I told you my brother bought the boat, and I just wrote back Sigma.
Yeah.
I know.
I don't know any of these things. But I will tell you, I did the New York Times crossword puzzle yesterday, and one across was Riz.
Wow.
R-I-Z-Z.
R-I-Z-Z.
Yeah. First
man.
I was like, shit.
Yeah, that's what.
Today is National Avocado Day.
Oh.
With or without drugs?
I like with.
Oh, I love avocados.
Carmen, do you have any like guacamole deals or anything like that?
Wait, what?
Don't you remember you used to always throw out that you had the guacamole?
I got the table side guac. Oh, I still have a bunch of them. Yeah.
I confused Carmen.
Yeah, I was like, well, because yesterday I made some avocado toast, so I was a little confused because that's like one of my favorite breakfasts here at the station. I have some sourdough, I toast it, and then I get a little guacamole cup and I put it on there, and I make my own avocado toast, and it's delicious.
Adorable.
It's delicious.
So. My wife came home yesterday with protein bagels. Ooh. It's like low carb, high protein in a bagel. Yeah. I don't trust it. I don't believe it.
No, that's not real bagels,
right? No, I know it's not a real bagel, but I feel like they're gonna eat it and they're gonna be like, no, you ate a lot of carbs.
What's along those lines of like food not being what you think it is? Did you see the stuff about the processed meat that they're slowly starting to integrate into things like fast food? It's meat that's grown, kinda.
Who's giving you that?
What's that?
Who's introducing that into fast food?
So
I would imagine they'd have to tell you that.
The thing that I saw was Chick-fil-A, but that's where the story goes. Is right now there's no law that they need to tell you.
Like
if you order chicken and you're not getting chicken, it's okay to say that?
Yeah. Because technically it is chicken, but it's not chicken.
But I think that is state by state.
They just passed that thing about the boneless.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it can have bones in it. Even if it's called boneless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Do you trust Steve Hurley? He's a guy that we know that's a very intelligent guy. And
I would follow Steve Hurley into a war.
So Steve texted me. Uh-oh. He said, as you know, I'm just a car dealer and have absolutely no meteorological qualification whatsoever. Despite having greater knowledge of what generally happens when Mike has a mishap with the Stingray Chevrolet truck and how it actually gets damaged, I can share the following with you. It's a common misconception in the field of meteorology that people think a percentage chance of rain means the general probability of whether it rains in the area referenced. However, chance of precipitation. You said it.
Me.
Yeah, you said participation, and you got me hooked on it.
I bet the nurse could say it.
Chance of precipitation actually means the area searched. The percentage stated represents the percentage of the area that is likely to get rain? Hurley! In your face.
Yes.
Listen to me.
You just said you'd follow him anywhere. Follow him and believe me.
If you want to buy a Chevy car, if you want to buy a Tahoe, a Silverado, there's no better guy.
Camaro.
Does he have a percentage on how you'll wreck the car? Or
I have not wrecked 100%. So I like to point that out. I've not wrecked them. I've made some less attractive.
How many cars have you given back that have not had damage to them?
Like 2.
Out of
like 20.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what Steve Hurley says to me? That is like, look, I went
Costa doing business.
Yeah, well, he said that's wear and tear. He goes, that happens. The first time it ever happened, I almost crapped my pants in the. I was in a drive-through with Amanda, and I turned, and the car bed was so long on the truck that when I turned, there was one of those yellow poles there, and I hit the pole, and I couldn't get away from the pole without just scraping it all along the car. And I immediately called Steve Hurley. It was like 7 o'clock on a Friday night, and I said, Steve, I don't know what to do. I just did this, and I said, I have that feeling like I'm going to crap. Like you ever get that pain in your waistline? Yeah. And my first thought was I'll just take it somewhere and get it fixed, but I don't want to do that with his car without his permission. So, and then I said, I'll pay to have it fixed. And Steve Hurley said, no, he goes, that it happens. He couldn't have been nicer about it. But like after the third time, I'm like, I don't know what to do anymore. I stopped giving me cars.
I know. I saw the spot yesterday out of
Go look at it now.
Oh, is it fixed?
Tommy just fixed it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Tommy's amazing.
That is pretty good.
Tommy's so big and strong that he rubbed the color right out of the car. Yeah. It's unbelievable.
We talked about this. The big news, Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom. He will reportedly earn $100 million for playing Dr. Doom in the upcoming Avengers movie.
Thanks, Disney.
How many? Just one?
No.
Or do they?
I read it was $80 million for 2 movies because it's the Doom one and the Fantastic Four one, and then there's the Avengers.
Well, this says $100 million for the upcoming Avengers movies.
Yeah. So, but
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet he's getting like a back end piece of it or something too.
Yeah, and merchandise and all that stuff. Yeah. Speaking of making money, Travis and Jason Kelsey are looking to cash in off their off-field success. The brothers are now reportedly seeking a deal for their New Heights podcast worth around 9 figures. According to Wall Street Journal, the future pro Hall of Famers have been in contact with Wandery, whose parent company is Amazon, about locking up a $100 million agreement for their weekly show. Yeah.
That's a Taylor Swift rub.
Yeah. That's wild. Did you see the thing the other day? Remember, what's her name? Ice Spice was with Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She said that she doesn't really know football, so she just stand up and cheered every time that Taylor did.
Hell yeah.
That's a good way to do it.
She's a weird looking person.
Yes, she is.
I have not read this yet. I'm going to read it live, but I got a message from Dave Osterberg.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Who is the dumb girl that called? No, sorry.
Dave Osterberg sent me. He's on the air till 10, and there's no way that he can call in. He's just too busy. But he said this. He said, when I say there is a 50% rain chance, that means whatever Mike Calta is standing in the afternoon, there is a 50% chance he gets wet. It does not mean that 50% of the area will be covered, nor does it mean that it's going to rain for 50% of the day. For instance, 50% chance, that means whenever you're out and about, wherever you're standing, there's 50% chance you're going to get wet. Dave Osterberg, meteorologist.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
All right.
Steve Hurley, car dealer.
You are choosing Steve Hurley, car guy, over Dave Osterberg on TV right now. Fox 13 meteorologist.
Let's not forget my dad was amateur storm chaser guy.
Yeah, he's on my side too. Oh, listen, there's 100% that I'll be driving a Corvette later on.
You know what? Find out where the rain is going to be because there's a 50% chance you'll drive through it.
Whether I need a convertible or not, I'll let you know, Steve. During a Green Day...
Wait, let's point out, one Sporcle lost a weather debate.
During a Green Day show, Billy Joe Armstrong held up a Donald Trump mask with the word idiot written on the forehead.
Oh, he's an American idiot.
Ooh, burn. I got to tell you, Billy Joe Armstrong really annoys me. Everything about him annoys me.
He used to be cool, it seems like.
I don't think he was ever cool.
I think he was always a
Green Day.
dork.
I think when Green Day was in their prime, they seemed cool.
Yeah,
But
I was with Green Day when they were prime, and I at one point thought I could beat all 3 of them up at the same time. Listen to me.
he's a little man.
He's a little man. I did an interview, not an interview, but I had them do some liners one time, and it was me and just me and the three of them in a studio. And I never wanted to punch anybody in the throat as much as I wanted to punch Trey Cool. That guy is
really,
dude, like annoying without stopping, putting stickers on everything, and
he seems like there's something wrong with him.
He's,
you know what I mean?
Is
like,
he the drummer?
Yeah.
I wanted to punch his throat in.
He doesn't seem like he's acting. He seems like he's just a lunatic.
I think they call that cocaine. I'm guessing. Maybe. I don't know, but it seemed like he was on a lot of cocaine.
The 2 times I saw Green Day live, they were awesome.
No problem there, and like their music.
They put on an awesome show.
Here's one. I just don't like Billy Joel Armstrong. I don't like the stupid stuff.
Yeah.
America's bad. Good, beat it, nerd. Fix your teeth. And then the other thing is, we're a 3-piece. We're a 3-piece. See him live. There's like 9 people up there. And you're like, all right, well then,
huge band.
You stop it.
Yeah, they were like they wanted to be punk so bad, and they're not. They're like 97X punk.
Yeah, pop punk. Taylor Swift says she is completely in shock over Monday's mass stabbing at a Taylor-themed dance class in the UK. She added, quote, "I am at a complete loss for how to ever convey my sympathies to these families."
Yeah, it's a shame that she's got to be involved in it whatsoever. It has nothing to do with her, but it's just now she's got the burden of that on top of everything else.
Yeah. And then finally news, the Rolling Stone staff put together a list. We love Rolling Stone list of what they think are the 2024 songs of the summer. Will you get any? I was going to say, will anybody be able to get any of these?
I think so.
Yeah.
If you say them, I'll probably know them, but I don't know what their titles are. But if you say it, and I listen. Like, give me one.
Well, I can tell you, we talked about this person earlier, and it's with somebody else, a Hall of Famer. Sandpaper, the song Sandpaper. Does anybody know Sandpaper?
No.
Zach Bryan and Bruce Springsteen.
Okay. And that's a song of the summer? I imagine it sounds like this.
It's number 20.
Oh, I know one. Morgan Wallen and Post Malone.
Well, hold on. Let's listen to Sandpaper real quick.
Sorry.
Jumping the gun a little.
Sorry.
Don't ever do it again.
Okay.
Take when you lay like that reminds me.
Is it featuring his music, maybe?
No,
they just took his song, and did it.
I like Zach Bryan.
I don't dislike him. I just don't care.
He's got a song Tourniquet that I really like. Sorry, go.
Do you want to guess some, or you want me to just go through the list? Because Carmen took a guess.
Carmen's the only one I think that's going to be able to guess.
I know Taylor Swift, the summer, Cruel Summer.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hear it all the time on the radio.
Carmen, you are correct. I had some help. Post Malone featuring Morgan Wallen comes in at number 5 on their list.
Yeah.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
Oh, my daughter wants tickets to that.
Espresso.
Yep.
Espresso comes in at number 3. Carmen's good.
Delicious.
Carmen's getting it. We don't know. We're old.
Hold on. Let's listen to a little Espresso.
I love this song.
You do?
Think about me, think about you. About me, that's me.
Garbage.
I looked online. The tickets were like $400 for nosebleeds.
Well, she was opening for Taylor Swift, but now she got her own fame. So
good for her.
I have a guess.
Go ahead.
Shabuzi, a bar song.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
That is in there. Shabuzi comes in at number 6. Tipsy.
But also stole that song from somebody else.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Not Tipsy
Is that everybody in the club getting tipsy?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
On the table,
Shabuzi.
Pass.
Oh my.
What about
That was a pass.
Jelly Roll?
Yeah.
Jelly Roll. There is no Jelly Roll for the summer of 2024, now according to Rolling Stone.
Escaped.
Any other guesses? You want me to roll through some of them?
No, I want to hear. I want to hear what they are.
Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish.
I do know that song.
All right.
It's an upbeat for a Billie Eilish song.
She's Leaving You, MJ Lenderman.
Not Mr. Lenderman.
Slenderman?
She made the bagels.
Oh.
I didn't know she was back. Joyride, Kesha.
Hey.
I don't know. I don't know that song.
Tough, Lana Del Rey, and Quavo.
Joyride by Kesha.
Oh. Mexican horns?
I don't know what those.
Please stop it.
My privates itch.
I gotta tell you, I like Kesha. Kesha has some good stuff.
Yeah, Kesha's songs are good.
Then you have Perfume by The Dare. I have never heard of that person or that band.
Do you want to share it together?
Sure. Yeah.
The Dare?
The Dare. Do we think The Dare is a band?
No.
It's a person?
I think so. Yeah.
I bet it's a woman.
I don't know.
Oh, you're right. It looks like a woman.
Like it.
Yeah. Stop playing.
but it's like it's different. You know?
No, I shut it because I was afraid he was going to be like, girls.
Yeah,
my thing
is I am a rapper and I sing like this.
Right.
It's really weird.
Laser guns and pew, pew, pew.
Now this is a artist that I actually mentioned a couple months ago, and I said I wish you could bet on artists to become popular and stuff because
the one that your wife likes,
Yes.
Jilly Jewel.
Jilly Jewel,
Jilly Jewel carpet or something.
Jilly Jewel carpet?
Chaperone.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
that's what I said.
She's great.
Hot to Go,
Not as good as Jilly Jewel carpet.
On their Hot to Go is the song from.
This is a great song.
Yeah.
And you could tell she's talented.
Yeah.
I rock out to this. I rock out to it. She's a backup singer for
And she
somebody.
dresses all weird, and does all kind of crazy stuff. Yeah,
Meat
lady.
suit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, now I remember you talking about it.
Yeah, but people love her. People love her.
She was a backup singer for, I want to say maybe Sabrina Carpenter or one of those people. And then
But so just be a singer. Why do you got to go alien suit and copy Lady Gaga?
not alien suit. She's like in Miss America type outfit.
Yeah,
like
but
a
then
dress
she'll also
and
do like all white makeup and big eyelashes.
She's
and
not the one that
stuff
had
in
the
her
3
hair.
eyeballs?
No,
like
no.
the alien?
No. That's
okay.
a different one. Yeah.
There's another one whose name I can't remember that my daughter introduced me to. It's Asian.
You just said a name of the next one, actually. Sabrina Carpenter, Please, 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 is number 10 on this list.
Yep. That's a garbage song.
Then you have TGIF by Glorilla.
TGIF.
Yeah.
This is a segment called Old Men Listen to New Music.
Glorilla.
I feel like this is to be swearing.
Yes.
Let's get out of that.
Yeah.
Something's going to rhyme with chunk.
And then Gata Only, Gata Only by Floymanor and Chris MJ. No,
A lot of MJ in this.
No idea. Huh?
Fly manure.
Floymanor, FLOYYMENOR.
Yeah, Floymanor.
Floymanor. They should use auto-tune.
Yes.
Is Megan the Stallion on there?
No, she's too busy playing for the vice president.
Yes. Well, she has a song that's on Instagram right now that everyone's dancing to.
Which one is that?
She talks like
can't play
Japanese
it.
in it or something. She's
Oh,
like,
that doesn't sound very appropriate.
Stop.
Yeah.
This is according to Rolling Stone staff. They put together a list of what they think are the 2024 songs of the summer. You have, let's see, next one is Fisher remix.
Fisher?
Cash, Fisher. It's got a bunch of R's on it. Cash Cobain featuring Ice Spice and Bay Swag.
I'm not playing that.
No. You can't.
Spanish got Shabuzi.
Yeah.
Then Carmen got the Post Malone and Morgan Wallen. You got another Chaperone. Good luck, babe.
Oh.
So she's on there twice. So she's really going to be a hit this
Getting
summer, man.
Yeah.
It's already summer.
Is that it?
Then you have another Sabrina Carpenter, which Carmen got, Espresso. Kendrick Lamar comes in at number 2 with Not Like Us.
Can't play that.
No.
And then the number 1 song, according to Rolling Stone, for the song of the summer, they say Von Dutch by Charlie. What is
Chaplin.
it? No, XCX.
XCX, yeah. Sexy.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's that girl that sang the I love it. Yeah.
Ooh, it was close. It was something there. Whatever. By the way, I have to imagine producers before were like, all right, we got to get this song and this chorus should go here and this will sound good. And if we have, the 3 guitars, it'll thicken it up and stuff. Now they're like, how can we make this bitch sound good? Let's put computer sounds over her voice and everything.
They do a lot of it with AI now.
Yeah.
They don't even have to do anything.
Yeah.
It's wild. It is wild.
The future.
AI is amazing.
There you go. That is it for news.
My nephew Tommy just texted me and said, I know that you did not hit the car, that somebody hit you because I asked Aunt Amanda and she will always throw you under the bus. And I said, thank you very much.
I thought you were going to, he was looking at the scrape. And
Yeah, I can tell by the way.
No, thank
Forensics.
God. Thank God it's 98% fixed. So there you go. So thank you, Dave Osterberg, for clearing up the meteorological
Thank you,
question.
Steve Hurley.
Well, Steve Hurley didn't do anything. Oh, whatever.
He's right.
All right, we got to take a break. Galvin's got a brand new open letter. We will do that next. Before we go to break, I want to tell you about my friends at Team Borum. If you're looking to sell your home and get the most money for it, nobody wants to sell their home and find out that a year later we could have got more money. You got to go to teamborum.com. That's BORHAM, teamborum.com, and talk to Jeff and his team, powered by eXp Realty, and let them tell you whether it's time to sell. If it's they may say, hold on, you have to wait, and you have to wait till the election's over. You have to wait till the beginning of the year. They know better than anybody. They're the experts, and they're right here in Tampa Bay. You can actually meet them and talk to them and know Jeff and his team and let them sell your home. Use the marketing that they use to create a demand for your home and get the most money for it. And if you want to know what that is worth, you could simply go to teamborum.com, put your address right there into the little search bar at the top of the page, and for free, find out what your home is worth on the high end, the low end, an average cost, and a cash buyout for you. They do that all at teamborum.com. Whether you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, Team Borum will tell you even if it might be time to rent your home. They'll tell you what you need to do and give you the best expert advice and let the whole team work for you. It is Team Borum, BORHAM. Google them, hit them up, and tell them you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show, and then boom, start packing. Teamborum.com. Galvin, brand new open letter next on 102.5 The Bone. And you can check them out in their store at Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. Stop by and tell them you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show. If you're driving there, let me just give you a heads up. If you're driving there from Tampa, say you're in Tampa and you're like, well, that's a pretty good deal. I'd be willing to drive to Sarasota for that, for the $535 deal. Make plans to go to Bread Bandits too while you're there. What a fantastic place. Carmen, is that not the best?
It's so good. We're almost done with that butter they gave us.
You need to reload.
Yeah, I'd either need to go back down there and steal some.
Or I think you can purchase it, probably.
Yeah.
I know. Well, it's very expensive because it's really good French butter.
Oh, yeah. I remember them saying if something's super expensive, just steal it.
Yeah,
it's fine.
from the bakery.
Yeah.
Do you know why they're called the Bread Bandits?
Bread Bandits because they had to bring their sourdough from a different place, and it's illegal to bring it into the country, but they did it anyways.
You do know.
No, seriously?
100%.
Yeah, we said that on air.
From Canada.
I just must
I don't remember.
I must remember you saying that.
Yeah.
And was jokingly saying it again, but yeah.
They just sneaked their sourdough in from Canada, I think it was. And, yeah. Isn't that crazy? But I'll tell you right now.
I'm going to go arrest them.
There's my uncle owned a bakery. I grew up in bakeries when I was a kid. Bread Bandit's just fantastic. And I'm telling you this right now just for my pure wish that I was eating one of their croissants. Oh my God, it's nice. All right, we got a lot of things to get to, but right now it's time to check in with Galvin. He has a brand new open letter.
And now an open letter from Galvin.
This is an open letter to people that name their kids weird stuff. Dear people that name their kids weird stuff. Seriously? So I was watching Hard Knocks last night, and the Giants drafted a guy named Kool-Aid McKinstry. Now I said, that can't be his real name. And it's not. Kool-Aid's real name is JaQuincy, which I feel foolish for not knowing that, of course, Kool-Aid is short for JaQuincy. Kool-Aid is a great name if you play in the NFL. Doesn't sound as cool if you're killing bugs for Orchid. Hey, Kool-Aid, we got a bunch of roaches over here. Celebrities love to give their kids stupid names. Apple, North, Pilot, and whatever the hell Elon Musk named his kid, XAE math equation. I guess if you stand to inherit billions and billions of dollars, doesn't really matter what you call me. When was the last time you met somebody named Butch? There are a lot of names that kind of go by the wayside. Peggy, Clarence, Agnes, Dottie, Hank. They all used to be popular names, but now you hear one of those names and you're like, Chester, huh? Well, good luck with that. Also, be aware that the first name has to go with the last name. You don't want stuff that rhymes. My last name is Galvin, and I thank God that my parents didn't name me Calvin. Calvin Galvin is not that cool. I'll never forget when my mom came home one time and told me that she met a person earlier that day and their name was Harry Butts. How does that happen? In Denmark, it is illegal to name your kid Anus, Pluto, or Monkey. In Sweden, it's illegal to name your kid Superman, IKEA, or Elvis. And in France, it's illegal to name your kid Nutella, Strawberry, or Mini Cooper. Believe it or not, there are still people that want to name their kid Adolf. What are you doing? I know that there are rumors that it's illegal to name your kid Adolf, which is not true in America. You can name your kid whatever you want, but that doesn't mean that you should. But again, if I will eventually inherit billions of dollars, you can call me Superman's anus for all I care. I'm Galvin from the Mike Calta Show, and this has been an open letter to people that name their kids weird stuff.
I'm all for naming your kid weird things, but not dumb things. Like Apple, I think is kind of cute. But you got a little baby named Apple, but when they're adult, I'm Apple Paltrow.
But the funny thing to me is the fact that in France, it is illegal to name your kid Nutella. Enough people tried to name their kid Nutella that France was like, no more.
Well, Nutella probably stopped it.
Well, how about Denmark with anus? Kid, you want to name your kid Anus or Monkey?
Anus.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Hanus.
Yeah.
I was say I always like Dick Trickle in NASCAR.
Yeah. That's a real name.
Yeah.
I don't know. I told you I was dead set on naming Joey Darth, and my wife shot that down. But then I went through every old Jew name. I wanted to call him Maxwell, Saul. I just wanted to anything that was just sounded like an old man. I thought was a cool name to have. Like you say, Chester and Butch. Those are great names.
I like Butch. Chester's not good though.
Because it rhymes with molester.
Exactly. Yeah, you're immediately.
I told you my name was almost going to be Eugene.
Yeah, that's rough.
Eugene the Spleen.
Eugene was a nerd name when we were kids.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Still is.
Yeah. Well, but why though? You know what I mean? Like, who's the Eugene that everybody goes? Adolf's a bad name because Adolf Hitler. Who ruined it for Eugene?
Because there's no cool Eugene Levy. That's the only cool Eugene I can think of.
Well, most Genes are probably Eugene.
Yeah, maybe, but
Eugene the dancing machine.
Yeah. With Gene Hackman, is he Eugene?
Hackman? I don't know, but is he even cool?
But I'm just saying, people that are famous or have any kind of notoriety.
But it's not like there. Oh well, there's one nerd Eugene. Like there's not the one we could point to and go, that's the one. Except the kid from Greece.
Do any of us know Eugene?
I did in high school.
Was he a nerd?
Yeah, total nerd.
See?
I mean, he looked like he was straight out of like some Serbia or something. Whatever. Had a big mole with hair growing out of it and stuff and everything. His hair looked like it was a wig.
He's a Eugene name that fits.
It's not a good look, the hairy mole.
No, it's all right.
Yeah, if I don't shave for a day or two, I start getting little sprouts. It's kind of gross.
I'm trying to see why Eugene is a nerd name.
Yeah.
I remember Eugene from Greece.
Do you realize
like
how many things we learned today?
Mm-hmm.
We learned what 80% chance of rain means.
Thank you, Steve
We learned Dave Osterberg. We learned what placenta in your toilet really means.
Yeah.
We've learned a lot.
It's a very educational show.
Yeah, it is.
This is what we do.
Helping people out.
I sent Steve Hurley a picture of my cleaned up car. I feel so much better now.
I thought you were going to say your toilet goo.
No, I don't think he wants to see that at all.
He may know. He's very intelligent.
You know who doesn't agree with you? Jeff McIntosh.
Yeah.
The Mac.
I'm reading this because I get a lot of these emails I just blow off, but I have to read this because I'll tell you why at the end. He said, I can't take it. I couldn't get through on the phone line, so I had to send an email. How could Carmen and Galvin read the same information that you did and come up with a different perception? Clearly, if there's a 40% chance of rain, it means 40% chance that rain will fall somewhere in the target area. Carmen and Galvin cannot be more wrong. I had to send something just to make myself feel better. The guy got so frustrated. He had to have somebody. He's probably feeling so much better now that I read that email.
And he was still wrong.
He's not wrong.
He had
100% right.
Somewhere.
100% right. Yeah. Well, there you go. I'm going to the UFC in the Sphere in September, and it was for some reason that why is that Mexican fighting night? Like why it's a celebration of Mexico?
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know how good that's going to be. The Mexican fighters are good fighters, but I mean, there's no names attached to it. It was looking like garbage. Have you seen the lineup now?
Who we got?
The main event is Sean O'Malley fighting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's not Mexican at all.
No, I can't pronounce the guy's name that he's fighting. Mirab Divilishvili. Then Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko. Diego Lopez is fighting.
Brian Ortega against Diego Lopez. Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be a great fight. So, there's a lot of there's 2 girl fights on there, which makes me very excited because those girls love to beat the hell out of each other.
I think there's more than 2 actually.
1,
because you got
2, 3. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Is it true you ordered sombreros to take the event?
Some who?
Some sombreros to wear to the event.
Yeah, definitely not.
Oh.
Do you know that have this thing. So my family usually goes on vacation together. Me and my kids and my wife and my brother and his wife and kids. We usually do a trip together. But now that the kids are a little older, it's hard to wrangle. I mean, Caitlin's in California. The kids are away at school, so it's kind of hard to do. But I would make a T-shirt every year for the whole family. We'd have one day where we all wore the same shirts. It's totally awful.
That sounds awesome.
It was great when they were all little, and we went to Alaska, and it was a Disney cruise to Alaska. So what it had was a glacier in the background, and then it had shadow figures of all of the kids. And mine was fat, my brother's was kind of fat, and they were all kind of went down the line. It looked like Tommy was really tall, and then in the background, Goofy was skiing off of the glacier. It was great. Then we went to Japan, and the Japan one had a big fat sumo in the front, and it had Disney ears on because we were going to Tokyo Disney. And then we got in our shirts and and I realized, I went up to a guy in the hotel and I go, is this offensive? Like, I didn't know.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. The guy's like, no, very funny. I go, not like you're not mad at me. You're spitting my
culture.
food. Yeah. And he's like, no, very funny.
But that's also like sombrero. If you were to wear a sombrero, I don't think anybody's going to give you a hard time. Like the guy
There's a guy that does that.
Yeah, that goes to the different places and wears the different stuff. And all the college kids are like, that's offensive and cultural appropriation. And then he goes over to where a bunch of Mexican people are and he goes, this is offensive? And they're like, no, we love it.
I always when we get off the cruise in Mexico, they always have sombreros right there to buy.
Yeah. I can't tell you. I went on so many cruises. I have 100 luchador masks from those things, and each one of them gave me some sort of facial infection by putting it on. It's the worst. But no. But the sumo wrestler on the shirt with the Mickey Mouse ears had slanted eyes and stuff. So I mean, it didn't have like buck teeth and all that. It wasn't that, but it did look like a caricature. And I for a second I got really nervous. I was like, not that I was afraid I was going to offend people. I didn't want 20 of them to do karate on me and beat me up. So
were you wearing that shirt, the sumo shirt, when you tried to get those fluffy pancakes?
No, I was not.
Okay.
It was a different day.
Right.
We only wore those shirts to Tokyo Disney because they were Disney shirts.
Right.
Yeah. No. That guy. Boy, I gotta tell you just brought me back to the anger. I wanted those pancakes. I was so hungry, and the guy just didn't understand. Just didn't understand.
Everybody's got them but you. Not cool.
My brother kept going, Don't worry. We'll take care of it. It's like trying to calm me down.
Who was the guy that commented on your food whenever you were out one time, and he commented on your side dishes and stuff? And
bro,
what are your side dishes?
Grillsmith?
No, it wasn't Grillsmith.
But what did the guy say?
Waiter.
What did he?
Yeah, so it was my anniversary, and we went out for dinner at this steak place, and we got like 6 sides, and each side was for 2 people. And by like the third, after I ordered my third side, I went to order another one, and he was like, "You don't think that's too many sides?"
Whoa!
Yeah.
How dare you?
I was like, "I'm taking it home, guy."
It's like Wolf of Wall Street, a lot of sides.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like your waiter, like you're gonna tip based on the amount.
Yeah.
So like you know what I mean? Like your bill could have been like $50 less.
Yes.
If you would have just stopped there.
Yeah. And I still tipped. So not well, but
that's why I love when we do credit card roulette and it's not me. Well, I love it afterwards when it's not me, but they were like, "What do you got for dessert?" And they're like, "We have this," and they're like, "Just bring 2 of everything." And I went, "Oh God, somebody's got to pay for that." Yeah. It wasn't me; it was Pete. He still owes me money when I broke up with him.
I just got a message from
Dave Osterberg.
No, Paul Delgado.
Shut up.
He said we can call him.
Really?
Yeah.
Again?
Oh yeah, Carmen.
Okay.
Do you have his number, Carmen?
I have the one that Spanish sent me. I don't know if that's the right one.
That's the right one?
I'll put it. I'll give it to you right now. Hold
Okay,
on.
thank you.
All right.
He's like, "Yeah, call me up."
Will we decide that Paul Delgado is an authority, whatever he says?
2 sources.
I'll allow it. No,
Okay.
I don't believe the other one.
I just texted to you, Carmen.
Got it.
All right, call him up real quick. This is great. This is. I'm so excited to talk to Paul Delgado so we can get to the right answer about weather. Nothing bugged me more than when I listened to Seth when he was on the show, and he'd be like, "We're gonna call Paul Delgado to talk about the lightning today," and I went, "For what?" That's the dumbest thing. Fat little Seth. All right. Calling Fox 13's chief meteorologist, Paul Delgado.
It's going straight to voicemail.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hold on.
He probably has like the numbers blocked that he doesn't recognize.
Yeah, because Seth used to call him to talk about hockey all the time.
By the way, Amy just messaged me and she said that she has a cousin named Harry Ball.
Well, what about, here's my question, Galvin. What about Andrew Andrews and Bill Williams? Like, who didn't have enough in that last name? Like, they thought that would be cool.
That's weird.
That is so dumb.
Yeah, I don't get that at all. But like, if you're naming your kid, first off, they already have the last name Butts. Like, if you have the last name Butts, you're not going to name him Seymour. You're not going to name him Harry.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, try and just do William Butts. Okay,
that was my
Butts.
insurance guy, Jason Butts.
Yeah.
If he would have been like Phil, Phil my Butts.
Right.
You don't want that. How we doing, Carmen? I'm trying to waste time with dumb jokes.
I'm still straight to voicemail.
All right. I don't know.
I just messaged him again. So
do you give him our hotline number?
No.
Also, tell him Carmen's calling him.
Yeah,
because
that's what I said.
He's like, all these weather fans keep calling me.
Yeah, blowing him up.
Yeah.
Seth wanted to talk about hockey again.
Well, it's not even ringing. Like, it's almost like his phone is off.
He just. Hold on.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. So, anybody else got anything while we're wasting time?
Well,
Joe? Yeah.
I have a little news.
Oh, pregnant. Carmen is pregnant.
What are we gonna name the baby?
William Williams.
It's really not that exciting. No, the web audio is working again.
Oh man, people are losing their mind.
I know, but the app is not working. So they're fixing that.
Jesus
But so if you miss Sporcle or news or Galvin's open letter, you can go to theboneonline.com and get all those things now. But again, they're fixing the app version or whatever.
I can only assume that they just took a bunch of people's bids to do the job on the streaming and just took the absolute. Everybody was charging $100,000. These guys were like, we could do it for 20, and they took those guys, and they're the absolute worst company I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I have to deal with more upset listeners, and the listeners are like, I'm sorry to bother you. I know you have nothing to do with it, but I live in Colorado and I'm trying to listen to the show. Or I work mornings and I like to listen to your show at night. Now I'm stuck at work with no show. I get it. I feel your pain. But I can't do anything about it because these morons can't get their act together. The app doesn't work. The streaming doesn't work. The streaming doesn't work. The app doesn't work. This is up, but the quote of the day is not up.
Right. And it's weird because I talked to Monica because it started working late yesterday, but for her, but not for me. It started working today for me. But her stuff is going to the app. My stuff is just going to the website. But so, again, I don't really know what's going on, but at least you can go to the website and get those things now.
Moose just sent me a picture of the T-shirt he made for the Japan trip.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw.
That was good.
So the Hoff weighing in on Twitter, which may have something that makes sense here, is the fact that the Sphere UFC 306 is September 14th. On September 16th is Mexico's Independence Day.
Yes.
Mexican is, so maybe that's
Viva la Hoff.
celebrating that weekend and doing that. Yeah. No, that's offensive.
Why?
Because I called you on it.
And,
It wasn't
and
Luke Garage.
an update. It is working on the app now. They fixed it already.
Oh, you did it, Carmen. Good job.
Yes, so Sporcle
I
is
take
up there.
back none of the things I said about them.
Also, according to Siri, coming from Twitter, this person put this up. It says 40% chance of rain means that 40% of the forecasted area will experience rainfall.
Yes.
Yes.
That's exactly right. You guys are just misinterpreting that phrase.
You are.
No, I'm not. According to a meteorologist, I'm not. 40% chance of that area that you're searching will be getting rain.
According to a very successful car dealership. and an amateur storm chaser. And a friend of mine that just saw Twisters.
Yeah.
Anybody see that yet?
No.
We should go on movie day.
I'm down.
I can't go on Friday though.
Want to see if I could do the same thing?
Well, I mean, the only thing is it'd have to be like tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Well, let me check.
I would do that.
I'm out.
Well,
Why? I'll hold your hand.
Yeah, no, that was like the scariest movie of my childhood.
What?
Twister?
Yeah. I saw it when
You
I
never
was...
saw Nightmare on Elm Street, did you?
No, I don't like scary movies, but I saw that when I was like 6 or 7, and then the very next day we had a tornado warning in Michigan, and like I saw stuff flying, and after that I was like that's one of my biggest
made it
fears.
happen.
You're afraid you're gonna wake up in Oz?
Is wind? Yeah, I don't like wind.
You're afraid of birds, and she's afraid of wind.
Yeah.
You guys have the worst fears. I'm afraid of roller coasters.
Aerial stuff is terrible.
Carmen doesn't like blowing stuff.
Not what I heard.
He's expecting our call now.
All right, Carmen, try Paul Delgado now.
Okay.
Fox 13 chief meteorologist and former Lightning hockey expert Paul Delgado. I mean, can I ask you a question as a listener? Did that appeal to you at all? Hey guys, today on this show we're going to call Paul Delgado to talk about hockey. This doesn't make any sense to me.
Big hockey guy.
I know, but that, I don't know.
Lightning up.
Stupid.
Still straight to voicemail.
I think I'm going to say operator error on this one.
Don't forget tomorrow, 9:00, we have Chef Butter to talk about the Rays.
Yeah,
that would be fine as long as he's cooking. I'm fine with that.
he just texted me. He said, "Yeah, call now." So I don't know.
Calling.
All right. Oh my God. What is it saying? The number you have dialed what?
Oh, sorry.
It wasn't voicemail. You were forgetting to dial 1 first.
No, I'm not. I don't have to because it's local, you idiot.
Wow. I love when she calls me an idiot.
Like I know how to call out. I've been
Clearly not. Oh, I heard
Maybe
it.
the
Carmen. I
phones
heard
are
it.
down.
See?
Maybe the phones are down.
Uh-oh, another Microsoft outage.
Who knows?
Can you have him?
Is this
call
Donna
in?
Chang?
Have him call in?
No, last time Gio came out the hotline.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, I got pranked for 2 years.
The Hoff called it. He said the Hoff needs a hug. I'll never get past that.
What?
The Hoff needs a hug.
Yeah.
What was
that? Was
that?
the best. Hoff texted Joe. He needed a hug.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And he actually said the Hoff needs a hug.
Yeah.
no.
Listen, man, he's been through a lot, you know.
Save it for sad weirdos,
Yeah.
Hoff. Save it for sad weirdos.
Who's Hoff?
Forget about it. Do you listen to the show?
No, I don't.
I know. I knew it.
All right.
Do you want to hear Paul Delgado talk about lightning hockey?
I'm waiting for his call.
All right, I just gave him the hotline number.
Oh, boy.
Good job, Gio.
Yeah, actually, I told Spike to give it to him.
Yeah, good. Hotline bling.
Oh, man. All right. We do have some stuff to give away, including tickets to see our fantastic band, Pitbull Toddler, along with Slippery When Wet and the Miles Shawn Journey Experience at Ruth Hackett Hall on August 31st, the Imposters of Rock Tour. We'll be happy to be out there playing with those guys, and I will give away tickets for that. You don't have to take those. You could take something else. I just know we have those to give away.
Michael?
Yes, dear?
Yeah.
Our guest is on the hotline.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Fox 13, Chief Meteorologist Paul Delgado. How are you, sir?
This must be urgent. I've had multiple missed phone calls, emails. What's going on?
Okay,
There's
so
no hurricane coming yet. No hurricane.
we don't even care about the hurricane.
That was some random hurricane call.
No, I'm just going to ask you the question, and then you explain it so we don't. When somebody says there's 40% chance of rain in Tampa, what does that mean?
Well, this is the way. I mean, there is some debate, but this is the way I've always done it. I just say if I'm telling you there's a 40% chance of rain for you, it's because it's directed to you. You have a 4 in 10 chance of seeing rain over your head, and I think there's no really other way to say it except the thing that's difficult is that. When we broadcast, whether it's radio or TV, not everyone typically is going to have a 40% chance of rain. There's some days where it's higher at the coast, or some days it's higher inland. But generally speaking, when we say 30%, 40%, it's 40% in any one given spot.
Okay, so the argument that Galvin was making was he thought it was a misconception, and he said, if 40% chance of rain, it means that 40% of the area is going to experience rain. 60% would be dry. And I was explaining to him that I think that is incorrect.
No, it's a 40% chance in any one location.
There you go.
So if you're at your house and you're watching TV, and I'm saying a 40% chance of rain, I'm telling you that you have a 4 in 10 chance of rain during the day. And again, when you look at it in the bigger picture, the way we should do it is it's better to be broken down into regions and locations and that kind of stuff. But that is the meaning of the phrase of 40% is a 4 in 10 chance of rain at your spot. That's what we're telling you. You have a 40% chance of rain.
Thank you. That clears up.
Not down the street, not up the road, not around the corner. It's 40% for you.
In that area. There you go. That's it. That's a definitive answer from a chief meteorologist. at Fox 13.
Are you right? Who's right?
I'm 100% right. Thank you very much.
He did start it by saying there was some argument. So.
Yeah.
no. He was not saying the argument was half
This
yours.
was like a trending question. Wasn't this like a trending question somewhere on TikTok or something?
Probably.
Where there was a big debate on what 40% chance of rain meant and 30% chance of rain.
Oh, I feel much better knowing the answer now. And
Vindicated.
then also, when there is a hurricane, what do you do? Like if it's coming and it's bad, does Fox 13 have a place there to hunker down, or do you have to go somewhere else?
I go up in that tower I sit in the golf ball.
Right there in the dot with the old Doppler ding dong. No,
right on top of the tide. I overlook everything. It's just a process. I was funny. I was in the studio last night. And I was saying, it's not the hurricanes are hard, but it's the 5 days that are leading up to the storm that it really. I mean, to me, it's extremely. It's stressful. Because you always, to me, the most important thing is just getting the right message out.
Yeah.
Because it's all science. It's all science and wind speeds and wave heights and rainfall totals. But what really, really matters during the 5 days leading up to the storm is how are you telling that message? Are you scaring the what out of people, or are you calm? Are you reasonable? So a lot of it is the messaging and avoiding someone listening to he's just hyping this. He just wants people to watch him or follow him online. So the messaging is really critical, but it's a long 5 days of messaging, which I think is tough. It's hard. It's long.
We need a keyword like in fuego. That's going to be our keyword. So if we're watching you on the news and we know when you finally say in fuego, we know that's when the crap's hitting the fan.
That's exactly. Well, that's what I said. If I look like I'm really concerned, then you should probably be really concerned.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't sweat until you guys sweat. It's like when I'm on an airplane. I don't get nervous until I see the flight attendants start getting nervous and buckle themselves in. Then we know we're in trouble.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Just don't be 150 feet over the Courtney Campbell Causeway.
All right. Thank you, Paul. And we promise not to bother you in the morning anymore, but I appreciate you settling that for us.
I'm here for you. Call anytime.
Thank you. Have a good day. There you go. Fox 13 Chief Meteorologist Paul Delgado. Thank you.
I don't think he knows what he's talking
I will say.
I'm kidding.
Okay. I believe Paul Delgado.
Carmen, you want to apologize?
For what?
For taking Galvin's side?
No, I will always take Galvin's side.
That's all right.
Wow.
Blind follow the blind.
I'd apologize to Steve Hurley.
I think Steve Hurley's right.
Took him down the wrong road. Anybody going to buy a car today is like, we could fool that Hurley guy. He's not sure what he's talking about.
He don't even know where it rains.
All right, 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025 are the phone numbers if you'd like to reach us. Shan't we play a game when we come back and we'll do something, give some stuff away? I know we have a ton of things to give away, Carmen. What do we have besides Hailstorm tickets?
Give me 1 second.
We got Hailstorm. We got Imposters of Rock. We've got Limp Bizkit.
We got soccer. We got Stone Temple Pilots.
Can I tell you what the worst thing to do is? Don't DM me on my personal Instagram and ask me to get your tickets. Not because I care, but because I will forget. Like I know that you're going to send me the thing, and I'm going to go, oh, man, whatever, and then I'm going to forget. So don't do that.
Is nobody else going to Limp Bizkit but me?
I would go.
Let's go.
I'm good with Limp. I've seen them once.
Pass.
In the last 10 years, I'm good.
I wasn't going to go early, but now I feel like I need to go early to see Corey Feldman.
Why?
100%.
I don't get that at all.
Terrible.
Like,
I want to see the spectacle of just complete horror.
Like, I feel like you should just give Love Tiger a guitar and watch him.
I would do that.
You know what I mean? Like,
let his foot play it.
doesn't make any sense to me.
Foot play it. Yeah. The little piglet toes get them flying off.
Little swollen little foot.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on over there. In the
Have you heard from him?
Den of Doom.
Yeah, he messaged me, said he was trying to get through again. Not today, but I think it was yesterday. Yeah,
I don't know what the problem was. We couldn't connect last time. Maybe it was sometime before the show was over. All right, we'll take a break. Yes.
He said, trust me, my foot is getting better, but it's a very slow process.
I don't believe it. It looked like a pig's ass before, and now it looks like a pig's belly.
This is right from the tiger's mouth.
His foot looks like a pregnant pig's belly.
Yeah.
And his toes are the little nipples.
He also said, for some reason, he goes, and by the way, I'm here alone this morning.
Oh, Gio. In case you want to come over, Gio.
FaceTime?
That was a weird message. He's like, I'm alone, in all caps, alone.
Maybe it meant that his brother went over to CVS for a while.
Oh yeah.
Look at Charlie Belcher playing with the little mini tortoise. I just went outside and looked at Ralphie. He looks intimidating today. He's laying down on his dinosaur arms and just looking out the door. Yeah, he's badass. Yeah. All right, let's take a break. We'll give some tickets away when we come back. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Carmen.
Yes.
Have you and Chad quit Pokemon?
Kinda, yeah.
I
mean, I turned it on the other day because someone DM'd me and wanted to add me as a friend. So I gave him that and I played for like a day. But I just kind of.
What level?
Up. I'm a 41, and to get to 42, I have to catch 200 Pokemon in one day, and like that is literally like playing all day.
Yeah.
Just get that thing
I don't have a cheater.
I don't have a cheater. I haven't used that thing in months. Yesterday I got an email from corporate, and it said you need to log into the corporate system. And my daughter, I didn't have her social security number on my beneficiary sheets, so I had to go in there and put that in. And I have you logged into that thing, the Thrive, the Cox?
Yeah.
It's got all of your information on there. It's got your hire date, your salary, your information, like your skills. So I have a profile on there. Have you recall when's the last time you looked at your profile? Yeah. So my profile tells me my name, address, phone number, my home number. I didn't even know my home number, and it had my home number on there, and had all these things. And then it says school, and it has college on there and high school. And then it says special skills, and it says level 43 Pokemon Go.
Did you update it?
Team Yellow, and I updated it to level 44. You're damn right I did. You're damn right I did.
Yeah,
So
I need to get back on it.
My wife's like, "You're a moron." I go, "I'm not a moron." I go, "I guarantee you, there's somebody else in this company that's only a level 40 that's like, God damn it, how's this guy so good? How's he so good?" It's part of my everyday life.
Yeah, it was for me. Ooh, that looks pretty. There's a new one.
I was like, what did you just play it out the window?
No, I just opened it.
Oh.
So it used to be a part of my daily life too, and then like I said, it just got because once you get to 40, it starts giving you like side missions.
It's hard, yeah,
to be able to level up. Yeah, and then that happened, and then life happened, and I just kind of forgot to open it.
Yeah, I get you.
But
Chad though was a real disappointment because Chad was like teaching me things.
Right. And honestly, he has like zero time / he's just in one spot. So I don't think that's a good like Pokemon hub.
What do you mean he's in one spot?
He's at the school from 5 a.m. to like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He's pulling long days over there. So, and he's focused on football.
How the donations going? Are you getting some money for the school?
There was a little bit. It sucks because the app or the people that they do their fundraising through.
Yeah.
The minimum is $20, and they can't lower that. So you know what I mean. And I don't expect anyone to throw them $20. I figured $1 or $5 here or there.
I made a donation, Carmen, and I was confused because when it asks you, it gives you like names, like you can name it to a person,
right?
And
to
I was
a player.
like, oh, am I supposed to do that?
Did you put
I didn't know.
Chatty Daddy or no?
No, I just did. I think I just did the organization as a whole. I didn't know if I was supposed to pick a player or not.
Right, and that's fine, and that's awesome. Like any money helps, and they really appreciate it. I just wish they could lower that because, like I said, I don't expect anyone to throw $20, but $1 here or there.
Dom should. Dom went to Chamberlain.
Yes, and he's been saying that he's going to donate this and that, and Chad said every time he hits him up, he's like, yeah, hit me up tomorrow. I got it.
All right. Well,
he's just busy. So
I made a donation. Tell him that now because he'll be in competition with me.
I will. And I can tell you
Tell him I donated $10,000.
Since we posted it, they've basically doubled their donations. So that is awesome. So thank you very much to all the listeners.
Is there a chance that Chad could get Dom an office at the football field? Maybe.
Actually, listen, Chad would share his office with Dom if he gets a donation.
No, he's got his own spot.
All right, well, tell Chad I expect him to pay me back in Pokemon trades.
Okay, deal.
All right, good. All right, let's give you folks some stuff when we play a little Whose Tweet Is It? Here we go.
Let the tweeting begin. It's time to play Whose Tweet Is It Anyway? On the Mike Calta Show.
Gio, this woman in my neighborhood is moving, and she is desperate to sell everything in her home. And one of the things she's selling is a king bed. I almost bought it for you.
Thank you. I don't think my wife would allow it.
I cannot.
She likes a smaller bed.
Wow. Why though? Is your room small?
No, she says she wants to be closer to me.
Ugh.
Yes.
My wife said, "Go sleep upstairs."
I don't get it.
I feel the same way.
No. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry, Gio.
Yeah.
So these are things that in my head. Gio needs a king size bed. Joe needs a barbecue, and Carmen needs weights.
Oh, for like Christmas?
I was going to say, man, you'd be great at giving presents if you remember people's birthdays.
No, I'm thinking for Christmas, just for Christmas. There. All right, Galvin, what do we got?
Good luck. All right, so I'm going to read a tweet from somebody who's on the Bone on air staff. You guys try and figure out first one to get the 3 is going to win a prize for somebody on the phone lines there. I got to tell you, not a lot of tweets.
Well,
People
here's the
aren't tweeting
thing.
as
I've been
much.
tweeting more.
Yeah.
And but the tweets you can go back to the beginning. You know what I mean? Not saying you have to do that. I'm just saying.
I find Twitter to be very just boring.
It's hard.
And it's not great anymore.
I don't like the format and how it goes. And I got guys arguing. I just answered my tweet during the break here because some guy was like, I'm unfollowing you because you blocked me on Instagram. Listen, I'm the only one that controls the show Instagram. If I blocked you, that means you were such an asshole that I blocked you. I mean, I don't block. You can call me fat and stupid and all that stuff. The number one thing is if you went out of your way to make fun of Carmen, like I mean, we make fun of Carmen, but if you said something gross about her, I probably blocked you. Or if you are just such a jerk off, you really have to be a full 100% jerk off to get blocked. And most of the time, a week later, I'll unblock you if you want. But at that point, you just really piss me off. But this guy said that I got blocked. He doesn't know why, but he's pretty sure it's because he also follows other radio personality that I don't like. And then I said, if you think I went through your followers list to see who you follow and then decided about, you're out of your goddamn mind. I don't have any of that interest or time to do any of that nonsense. I'm looking at Twitter. I'm taking a poop.
People think they are way more important than what they really are.
But I mean,
in other people's lives. You know what I mean?
That I went through. Let me see who he followed. Oh no,
right. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, I don't care who you follow. You can follow Hitler if you want. It doesn't matter to me. Just don't tell me about it. All right, what do we got, Calvin?
All right, here we go. Your first tweet has a picture of a pair of shoes on this person's feet, and it says, "Scored some sweet Adidas #clamshells. Too hot to #run DMC, but I'll def #walk this way."
Done.
Mike's done. Gio's done.
Done.
Spanish is done.
Done.
Carmen's done. Carmen, I'm going to start with you. Whose tweet is that?
Ethan.
You say that's Ethan. Okay. Spanish, who you got?
Dizzy.
You say Dizzy. Mike Calta?
That's Mike Olivero.
Olivero with the clamshells.
Sweet clamshells.
And Gio?
King of the grift, always looking for a handout. That's a cat named Mo.
That's a cat named Mo.
What's she trying to get?
A free Adidas?
Oh.
One of you got it right. Carmen got it right. Yay! That was Ethan.
Efren.
Yeah, got him. All right, here we go. Speaking of going back in tweets, I went back and grabbed this one. Breaking news, all capital letters. At Morgan Wallen concert in Tampa tonight is not happening. Who is breaking that news when that came out?
Done.
Carmen's done. Gio's done.
Done.
Spanish is done.
Gio might be changing. It's a 50% chance.
Yeah. Well, by the way, I'm getting a lot of articles that saying that weathermen can't even agree on this. That everyone says that it's two different things.
It's a constant
Both
debate.
weathermen said the same thing.
From Forbes magazine. Like there's a whole article about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I know who this is.
I knew I was right.
Done.
I knew it too, Galvin.
Yeah, thank you, Carmen. You always have my back. All right, everybody done?
Done.
All right, Mike Kelta, I'm going to start with you. Who you got?
The king of outdoor concerts, John Senning.
You say that's John Senning. Gio, who were you thinking about switching to, and then who'd you pick?
I thought either John or Drew.
Yeah?
I went with Drew.
You went with Drew. All right. Carmen, what do you got?
He got to go to the concert on Thursday, but it was canceled on Friday. That's John Senning.
You say it's John Senning. Spanish, how about you?
I said Monica.
You went totally different, said Monica. Gio gets a point. That was Drew R. Garabo.
Damn it! I thought that. Oh, hey, you guys keeping up with the Julio Fulio murder situation?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's a fourth guy got arrested.
Oh, really?
There's still one at large.
Oh no!
There was 5. They said
It took 5 people to take down Fulio.
Yeah,
Oh, Fulio.
and they're all from Jacksonville, where he's actually from.
Oh man, we're gonna get Fulio.
Can't Fulio me.
Your next
Not
tweet,
Coolio, but Fulio.
Your next tweet says, I could listen to these French people speaking French all Frenching day. Hashtag Olympics. Hashtag UHOHOH. Uh-oh-oh.
Done.
Uh-oh-oh. Yeah. Mike's done.
Done.
Spanish is done.
The confidence in which I answer, you would
Yeah.
think that I know any of this.
Yeah, maybe.
Done.
Gio's done.
Done.
And Carmen's done. Gio, who you got?
Dizzy.
You say it's Dizzy. Mike Calta, confidently, who do you have?
French and Monica.
You say it's Monica.
Julio
Spanish, what do
Fulio.
you think?
I went with Corey.
Well, Corey,
Oh, yeah.
Who's Corey?
Cardinal. And
I was thinking of Corey Pierce. When
I
you said
respect
that.
everybody. I always say hi to everyone and talk to people.
Well, I
Who's
don't like Corey Cardinal.
Carmen, who you got?
I went with Dizzy.
Mike Calta, confidence gets a point. That was Monica.
Damn it.
That was Monica.
Frenching new.
There's no emoji.
I know.
Well, you know what? It was hashtags.
Yeah,
in
she's
there.
a hashtagger.
You got some hashtags in there. All right, so everybody except for Carmen has a point right now.
I have a point.
Everybody except for Spanish has a point right now.
All tied up.
Sorry. All right, your next one has a picture, and it has 3 conch shells, and it has eyes emoji, like looking over to the side, and then it just says cough. I don't explain them. I just tell you what's on there. It's got 3 conch shells, and then it has eyes emoji looking over to the side, and it just says cough.
Done.
Gio's done.
Done.
Mike's done.
Done.
Carmen's done.
Dizzy.
Wait.
Are you done?
Are you done?
I said done already. Yeah. What?
I didn't hear.
A lot of attitude from a guy.
Staring
A lot
at
of
me.
attitude from a guy who just looked at me and said dizzy, and then told me it was done already. That was the last round where you picked dizzy. You know that, right? I think you blacked out. And just went up. And you had dizzy written down, but that was from your last round.
All right.
Are you in the multiverse?
Listen, it happens.
What the hell's going on? Carmen,
He'd be taller.
I will start with you, Carmen. Who do you have?
That is someone. That it's Monica. I mean,
All right.
I give up.
You're going to give me a long preamble, but it's just Monica? All
Yes.
right. You say Monica. Spanish, now. You have Dizzy?
Let me guess. Dizzy?
Who do you
Dizzy.
have? Dizzy? You're wrong.
Dunsey.
Gio, who do you think it is?
That's Drew.
You said it's Drew. Mike Calta, who you got?
Guy likes to blow the conch. That's true.
Carmen gets a point. That's Monica.
And I can tell you why.
Oh,
She was looking at it.
You got
she's
inside
in there.
info.
She knows what's going on.
Because if you look
We
on
don't need to know. All right. Carmen has
Oh, that's your guy with the weather.
Yeah.
You took. Oh, man.
Always has your back.
I'm kidding, Carmen. I'm sorry.
well, if you look on Bone TV, you can see why.
Nah.
I can see the shells.
I want to see. Yeah.
There's
Thank
4
you.
of them in here.
Well, there's only 3 in the picture. All right. Well, there you go. Carmen has 2. Gio has 1. Mike has 1. And Multiverse has 0.
Thank you.
Your next tweet has a picture of an American flag and some trees, and it's very rainy, and it's through a windshield of a car. And it says, not sure they'll be sound bathing tonight. And then it's got a sad face looking down.
Sound bathing.
I don't know what that means. Not sure they'll be sound bathing tonight.
Done.
And then the emoji. Like that.
Done.
Spanish done. Gio's done.
I'm done.
Mike's done.
Dizzy.
I am
I'm just
dizzy.
kidding.
I am dizzy.
Done.
Carmen's done. Spanish, you have 0 points. Let's see if we can get some on the board. Who you got?
Ethan.
You say that's Ethan. Gio, what do you got?
Monica.
You say Monica. Mike Calta, who do you think it is?
Known sound bather. Mo.
And Carmen, you could win it all right here.
No way.
Who you got?
FTW. 100% out of the park, knocking it out.
Wow.
That's Monica.
Wow, very confident. Very confident.
Oh. Wow.
Carmen just won the game.
Oh, you knew.
What is sound bathing?
We don't need to know.
Yeah, what is sound bathing?
You son of a bitch. It's at the beach. And it's like kind of like the little thing that I got for Spanish for his birthday, that bell. That makes the sound. Like you go there and someone plays it, and it's actually like a meditation
What a bunch
circle.
of weirdos.
What is that bell called?
Sound bowls, I think.
Sound bowl?
I believe so.
Sound bowl. You use sound bowls to sound bathe.
And Monica was doing that?
Yeah, I guess there was a thing at the beach that she signed up to do. And then it looked like it was going to rain that day, so it was probably going to get canceled. And I was like, oh, I wish you would have told me. I would have went with you. But then I found out it cost her like $30. And I'm like, I'm glad you didn't.
Sound bowl?
To go to the sound bathing. Because it's like
right here.
It's like meditation.
Out of breath.
I don't like it.
I beat everyone.
All right, hold on. Let's start over.
Everything's a competition.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
I'm out.
Out.
Go, Carmen, go.
He was out.
Still going, baby.
Get out of here. He just woke up and started the last 5 seconds.
I will accept your
So
acknowledgement.
I decided to tune in and give that morning show another chance. And
What were they doing the other day?
After the Tom Cruise list.
Yeah, after the Tom Cruise list.
What is this supposed to be doing?
So it's like the frequency can help heal cells.
Oh, I bet Shark knows about this.
Well, Spanish has talked about it before. Like
have.
there's a certain sound, there's a certain frequency that can actually help heal different ailments in your cells and diseases and stuff like that. So by doing this,
it's like a certain hertz. There's YouTube
Yes.
videos that
Yeah.
say certain
We have
frequencies.
several of these bowls at the house.
right.
Sugar Pants' mom, yeah.
Mom the Tree Man plays these?
Yeah.
What you do is you hit the sound bowl and then you walk past and hit the person in the nuts and goes, hurts, doesn't it?
No.
I don't feel better.
Yeah, I feel worse.
I feel like somebody's about to sneak up on me.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Night
you're
of the
supposed to
Living
do
Dead.
it alone,
Right, in a room.
with
I
your
thought you
eyes
did it at
closed.
the beach with a bunch of people.
Yeah, but when you sound bathe, you go into the middle of wherever they have it set up, so all the sound
Pay
hits just
$30.
you. Yeah.
Also, because of the rate on this, it's probably not the same proper hertz. You know,
Right.
it's got to come from
Yeah.
the actual sound bowl.
That's correct.
This is a recording and then a digital, you know.
That is correct.
Like if you go to Spotify, they actually
The what?
Spotify. I know.
The Spotify.
I know. I'm aware. if you go to Spotify, you can actually look up a playlist. I want to say it's like 32 hertz Spanish,
Well,
or 60.
Yeah, you would want 528 hertz, but you want it to be the binaural beats.
So you can look up 528 hertz, and it will give you songs that are in that frequency.
You can also sleep to it on YouTube. There's like a bunch of
Right.
channels. That
Carmen, you like donuts, right?
Why?
I
don't like.
You ever
this.
had a Hertz donut?
No.
Hurt, don't it? Hey, this is 528 hertz right here.
Okay.
See what it does. You people driving, be prepared for this.
In a world where one man.
Do you know what Scientology is all about? This is where the streets have no name.
I like this actually. This is soothing.
Yeah, it's good to sleep to.
Yep.
No, it's not. This sounds like something's about to start and it's not starting.
It's a pleasant tone.
All right, hold on. Let's close our eyes and try to feel it.
Focus on your breathing as well.
No, this is bugging me. I feel like a movie starting and it just keeps starting.
I feel great.
I feel like Matthew McConaughey's son is leaving him from Earth.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's
He
what
did
this
use
is.
a lot of those. So if you don't want that, if you would want some more upbeat music, there's this guy named Lincoln Jesser that makes house music to 520
Hold on,
hertz.
now I gotta hear
If
it.
that wasn't bad enough, they put it to house music.
Hey man, I had
Lincoln what?
Lincoln Jesser, Jesser.
Do you have to listen to that alone too, or can you go with friends?
No, this you can listen to this with friends.
Okay.
Here comes Lincoln. It's very quiet.
You can't even hear it. It's
Let's listen to Rama Da Sa Sa.
You may have to fast forward because I know some of his songs have because their house they slow build up. Yeah.
This is not a 2024 summer banger.
No. It is not.
Welcome back to Sad Weirdos.
No, we don't play that. And we don't play that.
I don't like that guy at all.
Yeah. Lincoln Jesser?
Yeah, no, that was terrible. I like the Bowls better than that guy.
Yeah, I like that guy. It's good to listen to in the car.
I don't know. I just feel like one day it's going to hit you the wrong way. You listen to that really in the car when you're driving?
Listen to that in the car, yeah.
You think your life would be better by all these positive things you try to do?
My life is great.
Come on. You'd say great?
I would, yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what number would you give your life?
I'm having a lot of fun. I would say it's a 10.
Interesting that you've learned to love what you have.
But that's impossible.
Yeah.
You're saying 10. That means your life could not be any better.
Yeah.
Like everything, you're fulfilled with everything in your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe you.
You have low expectations.
Well, that's all subjective. So to you, they seem like low expectations because in your mind, you consider success or whatever you would rate out of 10 through your own lens.
So you think you're successful?
Yeah, I would say I'm successful. Okay. Have I had slip-ups and made mistakes? Yeah.
But you, at that 10, think you've reached your pinnacle of success?
Nothing can get better than it is right now, is what you're saying.
Like right now, in this moment.
Yeah.
Yes, everything for me is perfect. I'm hanging out with my friends.
I would say this is a 4 at best to me right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry.
For him?
For me.
Oh.
I got to pee. I got coffee breath. I got to take a shower. I'm hungry. I'm a 4 right now.
Sorry.
Show's over now.
Yeah. Now it's a 3.
Yeah.
It's getting better as time goes on. You're saying right now is the best it could be for you. Or are you trying to convince yourself?
I don't know if you guys remember, but at one point I had a gun in my mouth. So
you never mentioned that.
Yeah, this is like a 10.
Yeah, so that's like a 0, and then now it's
it's a hell of a jump.
Like,
what I'm surprised by is that it can't possibly get any better.
What in what way could it get better?
Win the lottery.